Good morning, welcome to Sewing Quarter now. Let's see what we have coming up this morning, because something a little bit unusual for you, starting off at 8 o'clock, which we've never done before, but I think you are going to love. So at 8 o'clock, all of these items on the desk are going to be £10 or less. Yes, we've got 38 different items for you this hour, £10 or less. So get those shopping baskets open. But let's see what else we've got coming up this morning. And then, here we go. So, fabric and fashion is our theme today. As I said, £10 and under, that's AM. And then at 9 o'clock, we've got our bow collar fitted blouse, which I'm wearing this morning. And then at 10 o'clock, we've got Miss It, Miss Out. We are clearing that warehouse again to make room for fabulous new fabrics. And then at 11 o'clock, we've got a lovely reversible bag with brand new tilde. Beautiful. So without further ado, you've got me, Natasha McCarthy, for the next 4 hours. It's lovely to be back. I've had 2 weeks off nearly. Gosh. But here I am, and what a cracking show to get back into the swing of things with. Now, brand new, first time to wear, never been seen before. Here we go. This is your Misty Fuse. Yeah, I didn't know what it was either. But what it is basically it's a fusible, but with no paper on it. Environmentally friendly, very, very fine. So it's not adding any bulk. It's not going to gum up your scissors or your needle as you sew with it. So a really handy piece of well, everybody should have it really in there. So £8.95. You get, I was just trying to see the measurements. It's something like 2 meters with this. Oh, there we go. It's up on the screen. There we go. 2.3 meters of this. So there's an awful lot there, but it's very, very fine. So it's not adding bulk, but it is very, very strong in order to fuse. Okay, so there it is, and it's £8.95, but there's no paper or anything like that. It's just your fusible in there. BQEQ 98. Add it to your basket. Now, 1p&p all day, so it doesn't matter how many items you put in your basket, you will only be charged £2.95 throughout the day. So you could have all 38 items and you would only charge you £2.95, and check out as many times as you like, because some of these are going to sell out this morning. Absolutely no doubt about that. So just make sure that you get what you want and check out your basket. Check out as many times as you wish. It will only be 1p&p. Now, this is a natty piece of kit. This is your magnet, thought you said magnifying glass, sorry producer Paul. Here we go, magnet, also a natty piece of kit. Do you drop your pins? Yes. Do you sort of sew, take them out and throw them in the general direction? Here we go. If you've got animals or children in your house, then you need this, because, whee, there it goes. Under a £5, £4.45. I have to say, this is absolutely fab, and I love it. If you've dropped something on the floor, you're not quite sure where it is, you don't want to stand on it, you don't want the dog standing on it, you don't want anybody else standing on it, just woo! And there they are. Magnetised pin cushion. Oh yes, this is one of my favourite things. I have this for all my different pins, so I just put my different types of pins in a different one. Absolutely love it. And you can fit so many on there. So you could put a whole packet of pins in there. Easy, easy, easy. And it doesn't lose any. Whoa, look at that. Just can't stop it. I love this. It's a must-have. This is one of my absolute must-have things. £4.45, under £5. Buy it for yourself, buy it for a friend. XCPH79. Just grab it. If you've dropped pins on the floor, just sort of, it doesn't want to let go of them, does it? Especially that one. It's loving that one. Woo, just hover it over your carpet if you've lost something. Look at that. Yee. That's how strong. It's like, cling on. It's pin rescue. £4.45, pop it in your basket. Let's go. Magnifying. See, I'm just very excited about this. This is a fabulous piece of kit. Tweezers with a magnifying glass. Yes. Absolutely. Whether you're threading your machine, whether you're threading a needle, whether, quite frankly, it's just something that you can't quite see. There you go. Get your magnifying glass out, and then you can see exactly what it is that you're doing. Not only that, but you see, you can adjust where it is. So if I wanted to pick up a pin, hang on, let me do this back to front on air. There you go. And there it is. Now, of course, you just change it where you want it for your eyesight. That's the joy of it. But there it is. So no more straining your eyes to try and see something to thread or pull through or whatever. There it is. 545. How many times magnification? 4 times magnification on that. Yeah. And of course you're going to look at it. Isn't that fab? We like 545 for that. Another natty piece of kit. Excellent. Now, we've got needles galore this morning. I'm going to start with the needle bundle, the machine needle bundle. Now, we've got jeans, we've got quilting, we've got sticking, embroidery, and we've also got jersey. So whatever it is that you're sewing, make sure you're using the right needles for the job. All have got 5 different needles in there. So here we go. Look at this, under £10. Yes, please. So they are your embroidery ones. These are your jeans, so heavy duty jeans. These ones are for your jersey stretch fabrics. And then these ones here are for your quiltings. These sold out last time we bundled these. Don't miss out on them today. For under £10, make sure that you've got the right needles for the job. So just to go through that again, you've got your embroidery needles, 5 of those. You've got your jeans needles for those heavy duty fabrics, 5 of those. You have got your jersey, and nice, clearly written as well, so that you know exactly what it is that you're looking at. Jersey for your stretch fabrics, and then you've got your quilting needles, nice and fine to go through to do your quilting there, 5 of those. So 20... Look at that, for under £10. £9.45, yes, that is how we are rolling this morning. If you've just joined us, good morning. Everything on this show for this hour is under £10. Hooray! If you're gifting, can't go wrong. Now, let's look at more needles, because Sashiko needles, we sourced proper Sashiko needles. Obviously with Sashiko, you want different widths, but you also want a longer length of needle so that you can do longer stitches. Under £5, a pack of 8 Sashiko needles for under £5, £4.95. Special Sashiko needles. There we go. All of those in there. £4.95. REGQ28. You've got 4 different sizes. You've got 0.84mm, you've got 0.99mm, you've got 0.91mm, you've got 0.89mm. They are also different lengths, and you've got 2 of each in there. So whatever it is that you're working with, you're going to have an eye to suit and a length that you're going to enjoy working with. So £4.95. These are now limited stock, so less than 15 of these, so please make sure you check out your baskets. You can check out as many times as you like, doesn't matter, we will only charge you 1 P&P of £2.95 per day. Now, if you want a super, super, super long needle, oh, look at these. This is a 3 set of incredibly long Sashiko needles. Ta-da! There we go. These are the long type. Yes. There you go. It says it on the packet, therefore it must be true. Clover wouldn't lie to us. £3.95 for 3 long type. And they are super long, look at that. One of them is 69.8mm, one is 60.3mm, and one is 57.2mm with your unique gold-plated elliptical eye. Woo! So that's going to help you with your threading, basically. And then nickel-plated tip there for your smooth sewing. Ooh, yes. So nickel and then gold. Now, we're going to go fast, but everything, as soon as we've gone through it, will be on the website, so you can grab it off the website. So £3.95 for your long-type Sashiko needles. Now, maybe, if you're doing Sashiko, look what else we've got for you. Brand new today. Hey, under £4 for your Sashiko thimble. So if you if you're like me, a little bit accent prone, grab that and then off you go. So this might be the first thimble ever. I didn't realise actually how many different types of needles there were, but it's adjustable, so whatever size your fingers, on it goes. And then when you do, this is for long stitching, so like your Sashiko, then it just into there. $3.95, one size fits all. There it is, $3.95. Grab that with your Sashiko needles and off you go. DBGQ 57, brand new today. You've asked for these, so we've brought them to you. Okay, so this is designed for your long running stitches. So, you know, for your long needles like your Sashiko, absolutely perfect for that. That's what it's designed for. That's what we're bringing for you. There you go. So $3.95, DBGQ 57, first time to wear. But then you see the more and more of you that love your Sashiko, the more and more Sashiko items we bring for you. So that's why this is brand new today. Get your Sashiko thimble. Yeah. Now, next up, let's do a bit of heat and seal. Now, this is a bit like your heat and bond, but it's your iron-on adhesive. So you iron onto your first layer of fabric and then remove your backing paper and then you iron it onto your second. So it's like heat and bond, but it's a very durable one, this one. So this one is your Ultra. Okay, so this is going to work on fusing thicker materials. It's also got a real strong strength. And it's also got medium stiffness. So suitable for your fabric, felt, cardboard, whatever. It's all those sorts of thicker materials as well. So you can get ironing and you can machine wash it, you can line dry it, and you can iron it on low. There you go. So $4.95. So simply iron onto your first piece of fabric, then take off the paper, and then iron that onto your next piece of fabric. That's it, sealed, done. So this is your simple two-step iron-on adhesive. But it's for all of those, appliques, things like that. But this is also a craft weight as well. So if you're working with heavier materials, then you can use it with that as well, which is why it's the Ultra. Okay, normally we bring you like really lightweight. So like the Misty Fuse that we brought you is a lightweight one. This one is your Ultra. This is for your heavier weight fabrics. So $4.95, we want to, you know, we don't know what it is that you like to do, so we'll cover all eventualities. Now, bit of Velcro. This is fabulous because you don't have to stitch it on. Woohoo! You don't have to stitch it on. That's what I absolutely love about this. So that you've got your hooks and your eyes, and then, oh, we've got a little code on there. Shall I take that off so that you can see? And then you literally stick it on. After 24 hours, wherever you have stuck that, it will form a permanent bond. You can wash it at 30 degrees. So just peel back, stick on, and you're good to go. Leave for 24 hours, and it will make a permanent bond. So you get 60 centimetres in there. Obviously of both sides, not just one, because that would be silly. And that's $3.95, which, to be honest, is worth every single penny if I'm not having to actually, you know, sew it on, which is fab, because then I don't get all of my thread caught and tangled in it. Now, something else that we all need, very, very popular, is your iron cleaner. I love the fact that this is made by the same people that bring you a lot of Fusible items. Yes, Visaline have gone, hey, do you know what? We know that sometimes you might just get a bit on your iron. So let's just clean that off, shall we? That is your iron cleaner. Comes like that, really easy. Here we go. Look at that. Just on your iron. And then you just wipe it off. And that's it, $2.95, which is much cheaper than having to buy a whole new iron, quite frankly. Now, obviously, don't use this on a hot iron, okay? So for best results, you just put on the iron and turn it to a warm iron. Don't use it on a hot one. So place it in its rest position, and when it's warm, gently rub the sole plate with the iron cleaner stick, okay? And then the heat from the iron will begin to melt the iron cleaner, and then you wipe the iron with a clean, dry, absorbable cloth. But you do that immediately, okay? So it's going to get rid of all those burn marks and things sticky on there. Hey, if you do your steam thing, then it will clear your steam vents out again. Fabulous. And so then you just repeat it if you need to. That's brilliant. So longevity of your irons, that's what we're talking about here. And that is your iron cleaner. £2.95. Fab. We've used this, haven't we? We have to, because our iron gets a bit bunged. It's true to say. Yeah, iron cleaner. There it is, £2.95. Much cheaper than buying a whole new iron. Hurrah! Lots of you putting things in your baskets. Please check out. Don't miss out on any of these. We've got limited stock on some items, so please do check out. You can check out as many times as you like. We're not going to stiff you for another P&P. It's one P&P per day of just £2.95. Now, Wonder Web. Come on, let's be honest. If you just don't quite have time to get your sewing machine out, but you need to hem those trousers, what are you going to use? Wonder Web. Or maybe you've got, I don't know, a daughter-in-law or something that just doesn't really like sewing. Grab them some Wonder Web and they can hem all those school trousers and everything else that they need. There it is, easy hemming, no sewing. $4.45, because sometimes you just need it done in a hurry. That is your Wonder Web. DQGQ03, no one's judging. No one's judging. So it's permanent hems, the professional way, and you basically just fuse them on. So you can use it on skirts, trousers, dresses, curtains as well, yes. So it's a fine fusible fleece, and it's just going to bond your fabrics together quickly and easily, and it's going to give you just a natural, firmly joined finish. So 22p a metre, just over 22p a metre. It's washable, you can dry clean, and it's simple to use. So just fold your hem and crease it, place the Wonder Web inside so that it's completely covered, cover it with a damp cloth, and then get your hot iron on. 10 seconds in each bit, off you go. Done. Done! Everybody needs that, $4.95. Ah, now, back in stock. But for how long? Ooh, nobody knows. Grab it whilst you can. Fusible, well, freezer paper, basically, is your plastic coated. Two of these, you're still under £10, aren't you? Yeah. So you can make your quilt appliques, and you can actually use it for your freezer stuff as well. You can also parcel things up with it as well. So many different uses for your freezer paper. Yeah, well, you know, presents, meat for your freezer, however you want to. So it even gives you a little guide as to how to wrap your meat in it. 50 square feet in here. So it says, easy quilt applique, it's great for crafting, and also you can make disposable tablecloths. Oh, I hadn't thought of that for it. You can line your drawer. Oh, that's good. Yes, lining your drawers. Having just moved house, the number of sort of white tops that have got, you know, that like yellowy mark where it's been next to a varnish or a wood? Yeah. Should have used some of this. We'll have to get some. Catch spills in the refrigerator drawers or bins or under pet dishes. Oh, that's good. My cats are real messy eaters. Oh, nice. Now you can grate your cheese or roll your dough on it. Oh, that's good. But also you can use it for your quilt appliques and for your crafting as well. I hadn't realised just how useful this stuff was. Nice. Nice. Oh, everybody needs a bit of this in their life. For your, well, hang on, I'd be buying a couple of these. So I could have one in the kitchen and one in the craft room. But you're going to have to check out your baskets for this. You are, however, getting 12 metres of it. For $4.95, that's a great price. So $2.95 for your P&P. So just pop in as many items as you want. You can get all 38 items that we've got on the show, and we would only charge you $2.95 P&P. So make sure you don't miss out on any of these. And also, something that is a little bit unusual from other channels is that you can check out as many times as you like throughout the day, and we only charge you one P&P. Basically, we add everything up at midnight and charge the P&P then at midnight. So check out as many times as you like. Only one P&P is done. Grab your freezer paper, possibly two, but leave one for me. Oh, now these are useful. And it's got the wobbly bit on it as well. This is your jersey fasteners. Oh gosh, very limited on these. So if you want them, these are for your jersey fabric fasteners. And this is the bit that you press them in with. So it's even got the tool for the job. It's all about the right tools for the job, isn't it? So this is your pearl imitation tops. Hang on, if I jiggle this around. There you go, can you see? Ah, hey, that would look nice on this top, wouldn't it? Nice finish, isn't it? So $3.95, and you're getting 10 of those. Nice. No, you can't wear them as earrings. Director Tim. No, he isn't. So $3.95 for those. EQGQ17. A lovely finish. And everything that you need in a packet. Yeah. EQGQ17. 8 left. That's it. Oh, okay, you've got to check out your basket now. Only 8 left. This is your early bird hour, isn't it? This is about getting those deals in quick, quick, quick before other people have actually made out of bed. But you're going to have to be quick, says producer Paul. He's given us that be quick warning. Now, this one, the big one. Yeah. Now, normally, the best press comes in a little bottle like this. But if you've used it, then you know how brilliant it is. You're going to want this, which is the big, big, big. This is the most cost-effective way to get it. For $9.95, you're getting 16.9 ounces. So basically a smidge under half a litre of best press. Now, the lady that is responsible for this, Mary Ellen, says that this makes ironing almost fun. That's what it says, look. Makes ironing almost fun. She's pleased with herself about that, isn't she? She's like, yeah, I'm going to do my ironing. I'm almost going to have fun doing it. Yeah, yeah. Loads of you have got these in your baskets. Please check out your baskets because we do not have a lot of these. $9.95. But if you're doing any of your quilters, your goes, anything like that, you're going to need best press. So why not just get a great big bottle? And it smells amazing. This is your linen fresh. Grab that. How many have we got left? Running out now. Check out your baskets. Now, maybe you want a different smell. Then we've got the lavender one for you as well. Again, Mary Ellen. I don't know that she says on here that it's almost fun. But it is. This one smells amazing too. I think this is lovely on any of your... I like to do my pillows with this one because it smells lovely. It's lavender. $4.95 there for 177 ml. YGEQ 50. So if you're after the lavender... The other one that I just showed you was your linen fresh. This one is your lavender. But maybe you don't want any smell at all. In which case, we've also got it with no spray at all, with no scent at all. It's scentless, in fact. Not senseless, scentless. It's got no smell. It's you know, it's not senseless at all because it's really useful. $4.95, that's your best press scent-free spray. $4.95, so if you can't decide whether you want linen spray, lavender spray, my mum doesn't really like any of those sorts of things, so she'd go for this one. She's just like, no, it's fine. I don't need an extra smell. That will do me nicely. But the thing with the best press spray, it's like a starch spray, but it doesn't, you know how some starch spray, especially the aerosols, they give that white sort of flaky, no, not with this. And it's good for the environment. It doesn't have an aerosol. It's a pump action. It's good. It's very good, actually. And like I say, if you're quilting as you go, this is the one. It's absolutely perfect for that because you have to press, you have to starch and press your fabrics before you sew with your quilt as you go. So $4.95 for that. Grab it. Ooh, some storage. Let's check this out. This is always popular. Now, this one will hold, I believe, 18. And the nice thing about these is, how many? Oh, it's less than £6. I thought you said we've got less than 6 of them. I was like, oh, woof. Okay, quantity with this at the moment, but this is always one that goes quickly. Basically, pop 18 spools in there. Lid on. If you're traveling to a workshop or something like that, it's great because they don't, you know, you're going to end up with them exactly where you put them in the first place. Nice because you can see everything that which colours you've got where. And, you know, it's just nicely contained. $5.45 for an 18 spool box. Very, very handy. There it is. Grab it, pop it in your basket. $5.45. Lovely present, but actually, do you know what? Just a really handy thing. I mean, obviously, you know, not for your husband or something like that if he doesn't sew. It's a great present for anyone that sews because they'll actually find it useful. Otherwise, if you wrap that up, someone's going to think it's chocolates or something, isn't it? Now, a bit of glue. Should we go glue? Which one? Oh, no, here we go. Gutermann have brought out their own glue. So, here we go. This is, you just need to, you can use this for your appliques. It sets in 30 minutes. And you use very, very sparingly. I cannot stress that enough. This is your textile glue, but you can use this with linen, you can use it with leather, you can use it on all those cotton, denim, all that sort of thing, felts, all those sorts of things. Big thing, it's solvent free. You can wash it, you can dry clean it, and it's fab. It does say on the back here, protect from frost. I don't know quite what you'd be doing for it to need to be protected from frost. I guess don't leave in your car overnight if it's expecting a cold temperature. But yeah, you do use it very, very sparingly, just on one side of the fabric, and just allow it to dry for 5 minutes. But it's just press your fabrics together, that's it, and then allow to dry for 30 minutes. If you want it to have a real, long-lasting hold, then all you need to do is just iron over the glued seam. That's all you need to do if you want it to really, really last. But this is your textile glue, very handy to have in your stash. Use sparingly, cannot stress that enough. So a little goes an awfully long way. Only the second time to wear. Handy little tube, just to pop in your basket. $4.95, and then you've got it, haven't you? Oh no, yes. So if they're not this, if you've got those, you know those metal clips that you can make your purses with? They're like jaws, aren't they, that open? Sometimes some of them aren't sewing ones. Sometimes you have to glue them on. Then this is absolutely perfect for that sort of thing. But it's also great for your applique, things like that. $4.95, especially if you're using heavier weight fabrics like your felts, like your leathers, like your denims. Great. There it is, $4.95. Grab it. Don't miss out. Now it's almost past. And we're almost halfway through. Woohoo! What have you grabbed yet? Now, if you've missed anything, check out the website. Underneath where you can watch us live, there is it's like a full shopping list for you there. Everything that's been featured on the show so far is there. As soon as we feature it live on air, it goes onto the website and you can buy it straight away. But check out your baskets. We don't want them disappearing. As soon as it disappears off there, it's gone. That's it. So check out your baskets. Make sure you don't miss out. Check out as many times as you like. We only charge you 1 P&P per day. Yay! Now, templates. Should we go templates next? I really like templates. Now, again, this is from Clover. Oh, do we want? Oh, look at. We're going to have a look at this over here. Look at this. Now, these are great for your English paper piecing, things like that. So you would draw around the outside for your fabric. That gives you 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then that inside there, if you're English paper piecing, that would be your paper, and then that would be your fabric size there, okay? If you wanted a larger seam allowance, then you can make your paper there, maybe your freezer paper, make it that size, and then around there gives you a wider seam allowance, should you wish, okay? Or if you want a really big one like that. So they're very, very handy sizes, because I don't know about you, but that's a tricky one to draw freehand. So we've got all of these. You've got yellow ones, you've got blue ones, different sizes. So again, we don't have a huge amount of these, but if you want to work with them together, then that's absolutely perfect. So you can make, you see, look, that and that, when you put them together, is the same. So they've really thought these through. So again, if you put that and that, those long sides there, those are the same. So you can work these all together. I wonder if that's going to be, yeah, look at that. So you can work, the yellow ones work with those sizes together, the turquoisey ones work and you can use those sizes together. So $7.45 for those. You get all of those in the packet. There they are. All of those in the packet for $7.45. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All of those. Check out your baskets for those. Now, I'm going to take 2 items here. I'm going to start off with this. This is your bobbin ring. Really, really handy. It's a rubbery one, so it grips. It's not a dog chew, Director Tim. He keeps saying it's a dog chew. No, it's not. But you can pop them in. It means they're really lovely, safe and secure, but easy to take in and out. So again, if you're sewing on the go, or if you have to sew and then store your things in another room, then it's perfect. They're not going to drop out anywhere. It's easily, you can easily see what colours you've got. Take it wherever you need to go. But the other thing is, it keeps the threads. You know how sometimes your threads go all over the place? Just keep your threads in there and then they don't get all tangled. So for under £10, £9.95, we promised you this hour everything under £10. Here we go. That is your bobbin ring. Now you're going to need some bobbins. So brand new today are your bobbins. Now that's it. Janome have just made these. They're not just for Janome machines, but Janome have made these. They can be used for all of your Janome home use models as well though. So if you've got any bobbins that are worn out, cracked or nicked, I don't mean like stolen, I mean like they're not going to go around because they've got a little nick in them, then here we go. Grab yourself some new ones. And here they are. Or maybe when I get a new consignment of threads, I like to do a bobbin for each one of them. And then I'm good to go. I don't have to faff about. So I'll sit there and sort of batch bobbin do. So £7.95 for your Elna pack of 10. Do you know we make Elna? And they would go perfectly in that, you see. Yeah. Right. Wonder clips. We do love a wonder clip here. Oh, yes, we do. And here they are. You're going to get, these are the small size ones. £7.95 gives you a pack of 10. You're not going to lose them, first of all, because they're real bright colour, so you don't lose it in your work. I'm going to take one off and show you close up why they are so wondrous. On the back, let's see how close we can get in here. Don't look at the paint on my fingernails, for goodness sakes. So here, you've got your markings for your 1/4 and your 1/2 inch. So when you're putting your binding on, for example, then if you clip this underneath, then you're going to know how far up your binding has gone. So you know that if you're sewing from the top, that you're going to catch your binding underneath. So you're not going to have to reverse and unpick and do all that kind of stuff. They're flat on the bottom, so they will then just nicely flow through your machine. Just take them out before you get there. And look, they've got some good teeth to grip. So they are brilliantly designed and a really handy little piece of kit. I also like to group my fabrics together with them. So if I'm batch sewing my patchworking, then I'll have them all up in line, all wonder clip together. So £7.95. Angela Atwood uses them, Lucy Brennan uses them, they all use them, they all love them. And of course these are smaller ones as well, so these are going to work beautifully if you're doing a neckline, a binding around a neckline or anything like that. These are the ones to get. £7.95, VKGQ 56, any sort of binding or anything like that, or just, you know, where you just can't bother to pin, this is the one. They're fabulous, £7.95. Once you start wondering, you know, you'll never go back. Now, I'm going to go for the fray stop. Well, it's called fray check. Sometimes you get that fabric and it's gorgeous, but my word, it frays. And you're just a little bit worried, or maybe you've done that thing where you've just sewn a little bit too close to the hemline, just a little bit too close to the edge, and you're worried that actually, if it frays any, you're going to lose that stitching. So this one is perfect for stopping all that. That's your fray check. Pop that on and it's not going to fray anymore. It's going to stop that. So for £5.45, for that peace of mind, making sure your work is going to remain immaculate, then this is the one. So £5.45. We don't see this very often, but you know, sometimes there are just those fabrics and it doesn't matter. You know, there'll be the ones that we really, really love, but they just like to fray. So there we go. Put a stop to that with your fray check. It's just, again, it's one of those handy things to have in your stash, and then you don't necessarily know when you're going to need it. Now, if you've just woken up and you've just joined us today, good morning. We are £10 or less this morning. £10 and under. Everything this hour, £10 or under. So take a look at the website. Everything underneath where you can view us live. All of those items there, under £10. Yay! That's what we like. Here they all are. We'll recap on as much as we have time for, but we've got 38 different items to get through this hour. It's all a bit quick. So there they are. Have a peruse, but don't peruse for too long because I don't want anybody missing out. It's quick, quick, quick this morning. Oh, now here's something that we haven't seen before. I love this because, you know, we get people that are new to sewing all the time, and this is absolutely perfect. So this is called a Teach Me aid. And this is basically for your hand sewing. So if you want to try different stitches, but actually you're not quite sure how to do it or, you know, what to do. If you want to get into hand embroidery, hand stitching, then this is a lovely grid to then work with. Anybody, you know, if you started to sew, I remember starting to sew on things like this, and this was how we were taught on one of these. So great if you've got kids clubs or anything. I think it's about 50 pence per, well, what do we call it? What are they called? Are they kind of, yeah, well, they're grids really, aren't they? So it's 400 GSM card that it's on, so it's strong and durable. But then you see you can do whatever patterns you like. They've got some ideas for your patterns up there, but you can then just learn your different stitching. It's going to be even and it's going to give that great effect. And that's particularly lovely for kids learning to sew because they're going to get a lovely effect no matter what they do, because those stitch are going to be even. So whether they're cross stitching or whatever it is that they're learning to do, you could sampler, couldn't you? But this is to just teach just some basic stitches or your embroidery. Lovely. So great for your craft clubs, after school clubs, anything like that. And a lovely way to introduce your kids, maybe for your grandkids as well. It's a lovely way to get them starting to sew. So that's £7.95, and then they can just embroider and get some beautiful designs there. CMCG 42. Now this is perfect, isn't it, this hour, for presents, for gadgets and gizmos, things you didn't even know you needed, but today, grab them, everything on this hour, £10 or less. Now, if we're sticking with hearts, these are brand new as well. These are your heart button embellishments. Oh, we don't have a huge amount of these, but they're £2.95, and there they are. It does say they are not a toy. Give the gift of love with your buttons. I don't know how many are in there. Oh, they've got furry ones in there as well. So there they are. So they are your buttons. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different buttons in there. But you've got some lovely furry ones. You've got some glittery ones. So whether you're using them, well, you can use them decoratively, can't you? Or you can use them. Now, I know that it's called a Valentine pack, but that's just because it's hearts. But you know what? Hearts don't go out of fashion, do they? £2.95, and then you've got them in your stash for whenever you want to use them. I think that red is lovely for Christmas as well, if you're starting to do things like that. Oh, you have to check out your baskets for these, says Producer Paul, else they're going to be gone. Half the stock already gone in 40 seconds. Okay, please check out your baskets for those. They're just £2.95, same as our postage, £2.95. Please make sure that you check out your baskets. Now, if you have popped those in your, oh, lots of multi-buyers on those. If you have put those in your baskets, please check out. But also know that it's the same price as your P&P, and P&P is done per day. So you could buy all 38 items that we've got on the show for you today, and you would only pay one lot of P&P. Now, if we're sticking with hearts, the last little hearty thing to do is just a little charm. Again, not a lot of these. But here we are, just as a little something. Maybe you want to add that onto a zip or something. And then you've got a little heart charm onto your wear. 95p, less than £1. Now, we said things were under £10. I didn't mention that things were going to be under £1, did I? No. Oh, no. So 95 pence for that. TGGQ 65. Aren't they pretty? No, hang on, this says it's silver. Is it actually silver? Silver plated. It does say silver, doesn't it? Well, it says silver coloured. Okay. It's not suitable for children under 3. You can wash them as well, so you can put them on. Maybe, you know, you've put it on as a little detail. It can go through the wash. 95 pence. Awesome. Now. Ooh. Oh, Instabond tape. So again, this is quite similar to your Wonderweb, but this one is a temporary fixing. So whereas the Wonderweb that we had earlier gave you a permanent fixture, then this one is great for hems, for fixing removable shoulder pads, to hold shoulder straps in place, home furnishings, trim positionings prior to your stitching, and to fix your trims to lampshades. But you can't iron or wash this one. So this one is not a permanent one, unlike the other one. So just decide which one. If you want something that's going to be permanent, go for the Wonderweb. If you want something that's just going to hold it in place temporarily whilst you stitch, then this is the one to get. $1.95 for that. TDGQ03. That's the thing, isn't it? Because otherwise I might have looked at that and thought, oh yeah, no, that's going to be a permanent one. No, this is just to hold it in place. Well, so it's like tacking. This is like your tacking tape, if you will. And so that's the one for tacking. That will come out. But if you want your permanent adhesion, then go for the Wonderweb. There you go. Oh, shall we go for more hand needles? Yeah, should we do that? I like this because it comes in a natty little, it looks like a mini lip gloss, doesn't it? Or a lip balm. But here we are. These are your little needles. They don't fall out. Look, so you do that. Ta-da! That's clever. That's very clever. Do you want to see that again? Look at this. Ta-da! That's clever. I like that. And then you can take your pick. It's fab, isn't it? I've got to do that again. Oh, do you know Prim? They know their stuff, don't they? And then you just take out whichever one you want. And then pop it back in again. And that's how the packet comes. I like that. And now these are fine and extra fine. But quite frankly, that's a lot of fun that you can have with a needle there. Bing! That's so clever. Oh, come on, I've got to do that one more time. One more time, just because this makes me happy. Ready? Needles. That's brilliant. There, done. $4.95. Yay! Buttons, I'm going to take all of them. Right, let's start off with, wow! Check these out. Woohoo! This is a feature button and a half. Look at that. Now that's going to go with everything because it's got all the colours. Quite frankly. Hey. Now, these are first time to wear. 22 millimeters long. Well, wide. Brand new today. $1.95. Look at that. Now, you see, I'm thinking if you're making stockings and things like that, have a feature button. Ooh, you've got all the colours. Look at that. Isn't that fab? Hey. Yeah. So if you're doing something nice and crafty, pop a feature button on. Now, if you want ones that also have a little bit of glitter, 6 of these, and they've just got a little bit of glitter in there. Now, these are 12 mil, and it's a more subtle shimmer. But you are getting a lot of colour in there, but it's just, you know, woohoo, just something a little bit pretty. $1.95 for 6 of your silvery glittery buttons. Now, if you want to make the most of your postage, pop loads in your basket. That's how it works. Oh, now, hang on. Oh, look. Recognise that? Da, 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 da. These are the ones that are on my shirt today. Yeah, we'll be making this next hour. So these are your diamond effect buttons. Aren't they pretty? $1.95 for 4 of those. 13 mil. But I think we can see, there we go. Adding that bit of luxury, look. There it is. Ba, 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 ba. There they are. Aren't they lovely? There you go. Looking lovely. And it just picks up a little bit. There we go. Very nice. It's nice to actually see them on something, isn't it? So there you go. You got 4 there for $1.95. So that would do your two cuffs, wouldn't it? And then you'd need the ones for the front. Oh, we've had messages asking to recap. We will do. Bear with us. We're going to go. We've only got a few more items to go through, and then we'll recap the ones that you've asked for, so don't worry. Last buttons. I like this. This would look lovely on a bag, I think. I do like that. Or maybe you're making a cape. Oh, it's becoming cape weather. I do like a cape. Yeah. Am I the only one that likes a cape? Oh, okay. $1.95. IXGQ80. If Jennifer Taylor was here, she likes a cape. Now, oh, me arm ham. We used this morning, in fact. Jennifer Mills, who made this, she'll be with us next hour, said, oh, I need to press those sleeves. And can we interest you in a sleeve roll? And she said, oh, yes. Yes, please. So it's one of those, yeah, we didn't know we had it. And then it came on the show today. We're like, oh, we thought we just had the hams, but no. But this is your tailor's sleeve roll. So just stuff it in, and instead of ironing on your arm, much safer, don't iron on your arm, iron on this instead. And so it's giving you that lovely curve. Right tools for the job, $7.95. Not all of us have those, those ironing boards and things. And I find them a bit fiddly, but this, just stuff this in the sleeve and iron. Job done. Perfect. Even I can use it. $7.95. No, $7.45 even. It's brilliant. And it matches the other one. And this, the tailor's ham that we've got, all matches. $7.45. So if you are into your dressmaking, or if you know somebody that is, this is a great gift. It looks a bit weird, granted, but it's very, very useful. So RPGQ02. And I love that, look, it's all hand tacked along there. So it's got that little finishing touch. Now, next item. Are you someone that likes a bit of English paper piecing? Then we looked at the templates earlier. This was, when we were at the Festival of Quilts, lots of you came to the stand and did English paper piecing with us, had never seen this before. Now, this is a game changer for me. You don't have to tack your English paper piecing anymore, because now you've got a specific glue just for your English paper piecing. It will so this is a temporary adhesion, okay? It goes on blue, it dries clear. But it's a temporary adhesion, so you can then take your English paper piecing, the paper pieces out and reuse them. But it will hold it long enough for you to sew them together. So again, if you want to temporarily hold in place a piece of applique so that you can stitch around it, you can use it for that. And you also get a replacement cartridge of your glue there. So $5.95. Lots of you hadn't seen these at all at Festival of Quilts. So I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. Is that rain I can hear? Is it raining? Gosh. You want to stay inside and buy some fabulous things. Oh, now, under £10. If you've got, and this is something that we've sold before, if you've got the mechanical pencils that we've sold for you before, then maybe you want to get the refills. Now, we were talking earlier about different colours for different jobs, because Jennifer Mills said, oh, she said, I used my fabric pen and it was kind of a pinky purpley colour. Couldn't see it against this fabric, had to use a different colour. So if you've got one of those mechanical pencils, then maybe grab yourself a refill of yellow. So that's $2.95 for that. Now, 2 more items to go through and then we'll recap. Velcro, stick-on for fabric. Now, these are little oval ones, so perfect And again, this is 24 hours. After 24 hours, it will be permanent. So maybe you just want to pop a few of these down the back of a cushion, stop it. If you've done like an envelope fold and then you've got a particularly puffy cushion, pop some of those on. But then you see you could also put it on the inside of your bag so that you can Velcro your bag together. So you don't have to sew. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to sew it into place. It forms a permanent adhesion after 24 hours. That's what it says on the packet. $3.95, no more bunging up your needles with your Velcro and getting your thread caught. It's a pain. Just grab this instead. $3.95, and you're getting 8 sets of ovals there. SPGQ82, we don't have a lot left of those, so please grab them. Check out your baskets. Now, this is your heavy-duty snaps. So we've got a little bit for all sorts today, haven't we? So if you're bag making and you need those snaps, then here are your heavy-duty ones. And again, this comes with all the different tools and bits and bobs. This is your rust-proof brass colour there. We've called it gold colour, but this is your brass. Okay, so $4.95, under £5. And then all you need to do is add a hammer. We don't sell hammers, but, you know, go and rummage around in the shed. I'm sure you'll find one. I've used a meat mallet before now, tenderizer, one of those. That works. You know, whatever you've got to hand. $4.95 there. Obviously, the right tools for the job. We'll do that. Now, that is 38 items. Now, what are we recapping on? So, okay, if you've just joined us and gone, what's going on this morning? They're going a bit quick. Okay, this is the £10 or under hour. First time we've ever done it. We wanted to bring you a quick glimpse of some of the best bargains that we've got on the website. So all of the items there, 38 of them, all on the website now. Now that we've touched on them, now that we've had a look at them, they are all on the website for you to peruse at your leisure. But don't be too slow about it, because otherwise things will go. Producer Paul, what's next? Freezer paper. Awesome. Now you get 12 meters of freezer paper with this. Multiple uses. So yes, you can use for your applique. Yes, you can use for your craft. Yes, you can package things up. And also great in the kitchen. Let's not forget, also very, very useful. I hadn't thought about grating cheese onto it, or containing meat juices, all of that. But actually also use for your applique and also for your crafts as well. Even if you just want to cover, if you're using some of the glues that we've had on and you just don't want to get it all over your cutting mat, then pop a bit of freezer paper down first. There we go. So you can draw, you can pin, you can cut it out, and it will lightly adhere. Okay, so if you are using it, say, with your Clover templates, all the instructions as to how to use it are all on there. So if you're using it for crafting, then that's fine. If you're using it for quilting, full instructions there. I didn't realise that freezer paper was just so useful. And then if you want to use it every day, even if you're just wrapping your sarnies in it, then you've got it there to go. $4.95 for 12 meters there. XUEQ23. Now, also brand new today was the Sashiko thimble. Now, Diana's asked if we could just have a little look at this. Now, so different ways that you can wear this. Let me just pop it on a finger for you. So it's however you want to. So. And there it is. But this is fully adjustable, so you adjust it to the width of your finger and however you want to do. But you don't have to use it with Sashiko, but it does suggest that it's great for Sashiko. And also, if you're doing a long running stitch and you just want to use that to push it through, then you can. So you can use it kind of like that, and then to push that needle through, especially if you're going through sort of multiple layers. But this is great for your Sashiko. It's for that long running stitch that you just need to push through. That's what that's there for. Different thimbles for different uses. $3.95, DBGQ57. Everyone wears them slightly different. Now, Sashiko needles. Low in stock on, which ones? Both. Here's your 8-pack. Now, you've got 4 different types, 4 different lengths, 2 of each. Now these are nickel on the end to make them nice and smooth to go through, and then you've got gold-plated eyes to make them easy to thread. Happy days. So this is your Sashiko needles here. You've got a set of 4 different sizes, 2 of each. Now, maybe you want the long type. It even says long type. Long type. There it is. And these are super long. These are Sashiko needles. You asked for needles specifically for your Sashiko, and here it is, $3.95. But you have to check out your basket. I don't want you missing out. Please check out your basket. This is the best hour to make use of your $2.95 P&P per day, isn't it? Now, your Misty Fuse. Do you want to see what this is like? Now, you know when you get like heat and bond and stuff like that, it's got a paper, but look at this. It's a web for fusing things, but look how fine it is. So it's not going to add any bulk, but it is going to give a good strong fuse, but it's not adding any bulk. So it's very, very lightweight. It's not going to bung up your needle or your scissors when you have to cut through it. It's like a spider's web, isn't it? And you're getting over 2 meters of that. Oh, very, very quickly, the magnet. Whee! Love this. I have this. Everyone should have this. Thank you for everyone for... God, like it just wants to magnetize everyone. You've dropped one on the floor. Woohoo! Grab it, grab it, grab it. Or maybe you're just in a hurry and you just throw them onto your workspace and then you just clear it up. There we go. Let me show you that again. Whoosh. Bing! All up, all done. Absolutely brilliant. Under a £5, $4.45. XCPH 79. Check out your baskets. Now, coming up next, we're making this. Oh yeah, see you in just one moment.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
Britain's favourite sewing show is coming to London and we'll be there with bells on. The Great British Sewing Bee Live is taking place over 4 days from the 21st to the 24th of September at XL London. If you're a hobbyist dressmaker who's been inspired by what you've seen on the Sewing Bee, a seasoned professional looking for new ideas, or just fancy taking dressmaking up for the first time, this is the event for you. We are proudly sponsoring the Demo Theatre with live performances from designer, author and former Sewing Bee contestant Jennifer Taylor throughout the weekend. And with our discount code SQ241, you'll get 2 tickets for the price of 1. So what are you waiting for? Grab your tickets now and join the buzz at the Great British Sewing Bee Live this September. Join us on Wednesday the 13th of September for a colourful Hexy happy hour with guest Victoria Peat. English paper piecing dab hand Victoria lets no piece of fabric go to waste. With her steady hand and her keen eye for colour, she turns her offcuts into gorgeous EPP creations. Well, now we've armed Victoria with a stack of hexes and some of our finest fabrics, including prints from the popular Botanica range, as well as some gems from Tilda's Harvest collection. Alongside host Natasha McCarty, she'll bring you an EPP demonstration that's bound to give you the piecing bug. So tune in at 9 a.m. on Wednesday the 13th of September for an hour of Hexy fun with Victoria Peat. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Well, after I'm exhausted, I came back from work for a rest, and I got that. So yeah, make sure you check out your baskets from the last hour. Don't miss out on any of those because we are limited stock on a lot of items there. So please check out your baskets. Remember, you can check out as many times as you like this morning. Now, this hour you've got myself, Natasha McCarty, and I'm joined by Jennifer Mills, who has created this. Ba-ba! And we've got 2 beautiful new fabrics for you and some old favourites. So let's show you the brand new one. And, oh, you know what else I've got to tell you about? Oh, no, we'll do it at the end of the hour. We'll tell you about it later. Now, this is the one that Jennifer Mills has made, but look how wide it is. We are looking at... I just blend, don't I now? This is cotton satin or sateen, okay? 100% cotton, but it's got that beautiful finish to it. Now, this is 150 centimetres wide, so this is a dressmaker's width here, 625. So in order to make the size 14 that I'm wearing, it was just 2 meters of fabric. So that would be 4 in your quantity box, okay? But a really beautiful fabric. And Jennifer will tell you, in fact, she said, as soon as she came in, she said, oh, that's just the nicest fabric to work with. It's really beautiful. So it's got that, that sort of Chinese feel, hasn't it, with the cherry blossoms. Very lovely. And now we've also got it with a grey base as well. Grey and pink, it's classic, isn't it? Here we go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that really lovely? We're making out of this colour, out of the grey, but a very, very delicate fabric. And the cotton satin, if you can just see how beautifully that drapes. And it had to, because, look, it's got bows and they needed to drape. And that's what this fabric does. We couldn't have used anything that was stiff in any way, shape or form. It really had to drape. And this, my goodness, has got drape. Still 100% cotton though, okay? So that's £6.25 per half a metre. You are going to need 2 meters if you're doing a size 14, but we checked for the biggest size, and the largest size was only 2.4 meters, so you'd have to get 2.5 meters. You'd have a little bit left over. Now, also we've got the poppy fabrics. These are the large poppy fabrics. Now this is 110 centimeters wide, but this has always been so popular for dressmaking. Look at that. There you go. It's real big bold print, isn't it? Fab. I'd be fussy cutting that. $3.55. That's 110 wide, and it's $3.55. So DNJQ 37. Great price there. We've also got it on the black background as well. Has nobody made John a shirt out of this yet? Have they not? We want to have a word with that Paul Clark. He likes to make a shirt, doesn't he? Here we go. There we go. I love that drama with the poppies on the black. Beautiful design. This is 100% cotton and $3.55 per half a metre. Great value there. Lovely. We've made lots of things. In fact, one of my favourite things that we made out of that were pyjama bottoms. They were fab. Now, let's have a look. We've got various different patterns for you today, but this is the one that we've made this top out of. Now, this size here goes up to your size 22. If you are making up to a size 22, you will need 2.4 metres, so 2.5 metres of fabric. But there it is. Doesn't it look different in different colours? I know it sounds like a really obvious thing, but look, I mean, slinky, slinky. Hello, evening. Have I got it? You see? Oh no, she's looking a bit more sultry than I am. There we go. And then if you want it on a size 6 to size 14, again, go by the measurements, and these will be on the website graphics for you. We'll give you all of the different sizes. But basically, if you have a 23-inch waist, well, firstly, I salute you. Well done. I don't think I've ever had a 23-inch waist. Then go for this. Up to a size 28-inch waist. Then go for that one. 28-inch waist and above, go for the larger size. Fabulous. Here's what we're making. Yay! There it is. Jennifer, you've excelled yourself again. Hello. Lovely.
Good morning.
To have you in the studio. How are you?
Great. Really good to be here.
I love it when you bring things.
And it's lovely to see it worn, because for me it suddenly brings it to life.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a real joy when you've made something to see it worn.
Good job it wasn't John then, hey? Although we were saying, weren't we, that the fabric...
It could be a fabulous man's shirt, but possibly without the bias cut bow. Possibly.
Possibly. That's for you to decide. How easy is it?
It's easy because the instructions are fabulous. The pattern is gorgeous. All the marking information is there. Just it's about being methodical and enjoying the process.
Now, the last time you made a top for me, you made it in a size 12. This one, you went up a size and you went for a size 14. I'm quite broad across the shoulders, but it just goes to show, go by the measurements. I wasn't offended when you brought in a 14, that's fine.
They're just numbers.
It's just numbers.
Get so hung up on it, but it's just a reference point.
But it is, and actually it fits so beautifully.
Because it's about the amount of ease that the designer and the pattern cutter has added in. And this is a slim cut blouse.
It is very, there you go, if I stand to the side. And again, what I love about this is that it's not bulk, you know, often it bulks at the back.
It has 8 darts. So that's what's contributed to that beautiful shape.
It really is lovely. It's very comfy to wear.
It feels scrumptious fabric, isn't it? I really enjoyed sewing with it.
Oh, yes.
And I love cherry blossom, so...
Oh, well, happy days then.
There's a lot of stuff in there that I love. All together.
Hooray!
In one material.
And now we're going to work with the grey coloured fabric.
Yeah.
So this is the most popular out of the two so far.
Is it?
Yeah. Which is your favourite?
Equal, actually. I kept fluctuating and thinking, no, I prefer this one.
I guess it's what you're going to wear it with.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, I've got
it's
this
a
with
really
jeans
subtle, it's like a
today, and
pearly grey, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
but you
not
could put it with black.
dull. You could, because the branches are black.
Actually, they're black in this as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I think the print is the same, isn't it? Yeah, the print is the same, different background. Yes.
Right, okay. You like to pick out, and I'm going to quote you on this, the juicy bits.
Yeah.
So what are the juicy bits on this?
Attaching the tie, and this is cut on the bias, which is one of the reasons it drapes, that bow drapes the way it does, because that's 2 long pattern pieces like this that are cut.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That are cut on the bias.
Wow.
So I'm going to focus on attaching the tie to the neckline and also the cuff strips here.
We were admiring the buttons, actually, on the last hour.
I love these buttons, yeah. So this is a juicy technique, so I'm going to focus on that and the necktie.
Oh, gosh, it's pleated into the...
It's pleated, and it has a little band there. So that's quite a fiddly job, but well worth getting right. So I'm going to show how to do that and the necktie.
It's beautifully made, really beautifully made.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Right, what do we do?
Okay, so I think I have said this before, but it's always worth mentioning that I transfer all of the markings while the tissue paper pattern piece is attached to the fabric. And with this, there are many, because it has 8 darts, and they've given you lots of dot reference points, because it's not we're not angled like that, so therefore the dart doesn't go to a waist point and then in. It's a lovely curved shape. So all of those dots, I transfer all of the dots, and then when I've removed the pattern piece, the paper, I join them up with a set square.
Can I borrow that? Oh, here we go. I'm just going to borrow this very quickly so that we can see that.
Ah, yes.
There we go.
Ah, that's better. Yeah.
So all of these.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 darts.
That's for different sizes.
So 12,
so 6,
12
8,
and
10.
14 is
yeah,
there.
so that's worth noting which one you want. And dart position is really crucial when you make something. So I would say make a toile. I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. It's worth it, especially when you've got a horizontal and a vertical bust dart. It can really make a difference to how something fits. So it's worth making this in a calico fabric first before you cut into the lovely cherry blossom fabric.
I'm an old bed sheets kind of a girl.
And that too.
You know, having just moved house as well and had to rummage through my linen cupboard.
It works just as well.
It was
doesn't
like,
it?
right, that can come into my workroom, that can come into my workroom.
As long as it works as a mock-up. And
it doesn't matter, does it?
You also don't get the distraction of print, because sometimes you can, especially when it's a really gorgeous print, it's just natural that you get distracted. Whereas if it's completely neutral material,
yes,
you focus on those darts, and that's the beauty of a toile. You can check whether it's as you want it to be. And if not, just tweak it slightly.
I find that the second time I make something, it's always better.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
then
it's a prototype, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's worth it. It's worth
that
spending the time on.
rehearsal for the real deal.
Yeah. And well worth doing. So I transferred all of those, and then when I've lifted the paper off, And what I do is if I put the pin through, imagine the fabric was underneath, I put the pins, poke pins through, and then when I peel the fabric back, I want to mark on the wrong side. So my dots and then my joined up lines, and we can have a look on here because I think I may have joined. Yes, I have. It's in
look here.
blue. And pick a marking tool that isn't featured in your print.
I did
because
quote
that
you earlier.
is almost exactly the same as the blossom. So, yes,
So,
then
yeah,
you're just
you've
playing
used- can you
spot the
see?
dots as I was when I first, because I love this pen, but there's a time to use blue chalk, which I did there. So I've joined all of those, and with the markings being on the wrong side, because I'm going to be pinching that way and sewing it right sides together, that's why I always transfer my dark markings to the wrong side.
Okay, so stick the pin through so it's going to go all the way through the
And then when the
fabric.
paper's been removed, you can just get a ruler or a set square and join those lines.
Because you could use a tailor tack, couldn't you?
You could.
If you wanted
yes,
to.
I'm just out of the habit, but
Yeah, no,
whatever works.
I'd go with pin. But, now, for the size 14, we use 2 metres, so that would be 4 in your quantity box. And up to a size 22, half.
Right. So one of the crucial markings with this, I don't know where it's best to put this so it shows up. There's a, shall I put the paper underneath again? Like that. There's a square.
Oh.
And that square at the front neck has a corresponding square
Ah.
on our tie. So
it is
that's-
like jigsaws, isn't it? Finding
is.
pieces that go together.
Yeah. So that will match with that. But I've transferred all those
Oh, hang on.
markings.
Let's show that again. That was a bit,
So
bit quick.
sorry, a bit speedy. Okay, so this is our tie.
Yeah.
That's our front neck. Mm-hmm. And that's a square that will match to the square of this tie.
Aha! So match square to square.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it isn't interfaced down the front, which is another aspect of it, I think, that has this sort of softness and drape to it. Very often you interface that whole front strip when you're doing buttons and buttonholes. But can you see?
Yeah. And
it's
so
got,
it just...
Well, it's got a fold line and a fold line, and then there's the centre front there. So it's sort of facing itself, and it's very neat on the inside because you fold it over and fold it over again.
Do you want to see?
So the fabric's kind of reinforcing itself.
There it is.
That's what's happening. And I've already pressed the grey one.
It is very neat, isn't it? Brand new today, by the way, this fabric. Perfect for your dressmaking. You know, we've really listened to you. You wanted wider fabrics. It just becomes more cost effective, doesn't it, with a wider fabric? Because you only need 2 metres, up to 2.5 metres if you're going up to a size 22. But this was a size 14, and we only needed 2 metres for it. Fab!
So I've pressed over the part that I've just described. So
Yes.
I've pressed it and pressed it again, all the way down that front. And what I'm going to do, and I've picked a dark thread so that all of my sewing shows up really well. I'm going to fold it back. So that was folded over and folded over again. I'm going to fold it back, and then I'm just going to sew from there to there on both sides, and then we can attach the tie. So I fold over, and this is all described very, very clearly and illustrated in the
So
instructions.
this is the top of the neck.
It is. It's
on
the
the
very
front.
top centre front. So I'll just sew those 2. And I've stay-stitched the neck as well.
Okay.
Because it's on a curve and I don't want it to stretch out of shape. If I just
I
sew
will show you
these
this again when Jennifer's
2
sewn it.
fronts.
So is this a 1.5 cm seam on this?
It is throughout.
Okay.
Yes.
So the stay stitching has to be within that seam.
Yes, my stay stitching is usually 1 centimetre or just above 1 centimetre. And then actually I can go, instead of snipping,
Oh,
and
no,
go
see, I like how you do
straight to the other one.
Yeah.
if I can find the other one that I buried. There it is. Just pin it. Actually, no, I am going to take it out and snip it. There's a time to do tailgating, chain piecing, and there's a time to
Now,
Sew it right sides together.
Where's the pattern? I left the pattern over there. But the pattern that we're working from today, oh, it's
There we
under
are.
here. Here we go. Is $12.95. But look at all the different options that you've got here.
Yes, there's a collar, there's 3/4 sleeves. Loads of options, aren't there?
Well, yeah, I mean, that, lovely for your holidays. So 6 different options as to how you want to, or maybe you want to mix and match them. So maybe you want a collar and long sleeves, or a bow and no sleeves. It's entirely up to you. But $12.95, it's £2.60 each, around that. That's all right, isn't it? Producer Paul likes C. He likes that one.
Which one's C?
That one, the short sleeve one. You see, that could be a slim fit man shirt, couldn't it?
Yeah. Just the right over left, left over right,
Yeah,
which I was
so
talking about yesterday.
You just change
wasn't
that over. Because actually that would be your slim fit man shirt, wouldn't it? But just cross over. And would the, because yeah, actually I was behind a chap who was using the cash point the other day, and I was, this is what you've done to me. I was looking at the darts in his shirt. He was quite a good looking chap, and I'm looking at the darts in
Analysing
his
his
darts, going, and of course it was,
Were they
a
good
slim
darts?
fit one. Yeah, no, they were good darts. But it's just because I think I haven't really seen that many darts in men's shirts.
Yes,
But it's
more
the fashion, isn't
more
it,
and more
to have a
popular,
slim
I think.
fit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when a shirt is going into jeans, because then you haven't got all that blues on, kind of tucking in of lots of fabric. Or even if it's worn outside,
Producer hates doing that.
It has that almost tailored look, doesn't it?
Yes.
It looks neat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just sewing the centre back seam of the tie,
Okay.
and it's on the bias, so you will find that it stretches, but
Okay.
not very much, but it behaves differently to straight cut.
Well, that's the whole
fabric.
reason that they've asked you to cut it on the bias, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So what I've done is this lovely long tie, and you
Oh,
can
it
see
goes on, doesn't it?
how
Yeah.
much. And that point where it dips in there, it's not just a rectangle. That's the point where it ties. The knot part. So a bit like a bow tie pattern, which goes along and in and out.
That would be where my scissors slip. If I was trying to cut anything straight. But no, that isn't. That is actually the pattern.
Yeah.
So it goes in, so it gives you that place to tie.
So I'll finger press that centre back seam.
So that's the centre.
That's the centre back of the tie.
Right.
Yes. And then, so what I did over here, sorry, I'm jumping from one thing to the next, but they do relate to each other. I have sewn right sides together, and then...
Let me show you this. So this is...
more slow about this.
If I show you on this shirt here, up at the top, up here, it's got a lovely sharp, there you go, a lovely sharp square finish to it there. And that's what we've just sewn. So that bit where you fold over, and then from the wrong side, so there it was, folded and folded and folded. You could see that. And then that dark thread, that's your stay stitch there. That's the, thank you for using a different coloured thread. That makes it really
well, yes,
easy.
the grey disappears, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now you're just going to turn that through, and that is going to give you that lovely crisp.
And we need to snip, which feels quite drastic. But we're going
Snipping?
to... Yes.
What are you snipping?
Well, we're going to snip. It's easier to do it before it's turned. To that sewing line there.
To the stay stitch.
Just beyond the stay stitch, actually. In fact, this is a time when it's easier to use the end of this blade rather than little snips.
So there's your stay stitch. That's your stitch line in black. And you've just gone beyond that. That does feel quite drastic while we're doing
It does, but it's all going to be fine.
Petra says, good morning. What is Jennifer's best tip for cutting out pattern pieces in slippery, stretchy, slidey fabrics?
Ooh,
All the S's.
right.
Slippery, stretchy, slidey.
Slippery, stretchy, slidey. It definitely helps if you're doing it on a table like this rather than the floor. I have done both. It can be quite tricky going around on your hands and knees if you don't have a cutting table. And using the edge of the table, if you're sure that it's a right angle, to line up your selvages and smoothing the fabric out, knowing that you've got a true line to work to.
Oh, okay.
Because if it's on something like carpet, you have no guide, whereas if you've got a lovely table like this, or even I've used 2 wallpaper tables put together in a room, which kind of creates a table like this, and then you can pack them away.
I've just bought a trestle table for exactly that reason.
It's so useful. And you can just pack it away and put it under a bed or wherever, in a shed, whatever. So I'd say having a true line is probably one of the most useful things, because then you've got that for your selvage to line up to. And then smoothing it out, because it will sort of move all over the place. Confidence, a bit like sewing, is a big part of it. Handling it, smoothing it out, and confidently placing your pattern pieces on.
There you go, Petra, for your...
Hope that helps.
Slinky, soft, smooth, slidey, slippery, stretchy.
I wonder what's being made.
I know. Oh, Petra, will you tell us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions? Pick Jennifer's brains. She's a good one. She knows what she's talking about. So, yeah, let's make the most of that.
So, I'm just going to cut the other one. No, I cut it already. Okay.
They're both cut.
They're both cut and turned through. And then with our tie...
So there it is. Can I show that one more time? Because that's a bit magic. So there it was. And then you've cut there. And then turn that in. And that's giving you that lovely line.
And that snip really helps us when we attach the tie.
Ah,
now I just need to seam along the tie, and then I can attach it to the neck. But it doesn't get seamed all the way.
Now this isn't... When does that all get sewn together then?
Now.
Now? Oh, right, okay.
Right now. But not all the way, because we need to. So this is where our notches are really useful. I'm just going to sew from the notch that is the square that I pointed out on the pattern piece, all the way down on both sides.
Oh, yes.
And then I'm going to turn it through.
So, do you remember right at the very start of the show, we showed you the 2 different pattern pieces with the squares that line up? So that square means that you sew from there, because you're going to then match that then onto...
This area, this is the centre back in the middle, there, and then that goes all the way around the neck to the front, and from there to the end is the knot, the bow, and the streamers, I'm going to call them. Yeah. And I will seam all the way along and then turn it through. And then I can attach it to the neck.
You could wear that sort of undone as well, couldn't you? Do that. So where we are sewing is around, well, so we're sewing from there down the seam. That is left unsewn. So that's going to go all the way down and across the bottom, so that that will then become that. But then you see that will then join on. So you see where we folded and sewed and snipped, that's where we snipped to. So then that will then join on with the rest of the collar. I'm just trying to work out the best way to show you. There. So it then goes like that. It's lovely, isn't it? No. Really beautifully made, by the way. Is it easy to do at home? If this is, I mean, this isn't beginners, is it? I know you like everything.
I know, I say everybody should give it a go.
If you see something you love, then just make it.
Give it a go. I want to say yes again, just because I think everybody should give it a try, even if it's only in calico and you learn how to do new things that you've never done before. I think it's well worth giving it a try. And it's a good, really good, if you haven't handled bias cut fabric, it's a really good way to learn. Because at the moment I'm putting right sides together for this tie and it's cut on the bias. So what I'm making sure of is that I don't stretch it as it goes in. I'm sort of, it's finding a balance between being firm with the fabric,
Yeah.
but not stretching it or pulling it. But this actually, this piece that I'm sewing at the moment has got a lot, potentially a lot of stretch in it.
Okay.
But I don't want to sort of pull it and stretch it out of shape.
So what happens if you just let the machine kind of feed
Yeah,
itself through?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just matching the notches together. So I'm going to sew up to, that's our square position that we saw on the pattern. That's the beeping. And then I'm going to go and sew.
And then the same again.
Yeah.
Whilst you sew straight down there, shall I take this moment to go and look at the fabrics
Sure.
instead?
And then I'll sew to the end.
I don't know what my bow looks like now. I had to tie it back to front. Oh, pink is most popular. Ooh, here it is. So by the ½ metre. Now look how wide this is. Yeah. So that's your cotton satin. This is the first time that we've brought cotton satin. I haven't had cotton. Well, you say cotton sateen, don't you, Jennifer? Cotton satin, cotton sateen. This is the first time we've brought this fabric to wear, but I didn't know if we've ever had a cotton sateen before. But whatever way you look at it, it's a really beautiful fabric to use for your dressmaking. It feels gorgeous. It's got a gorgeous, beautiful, soft drape, as you can see. It's very expensive looking, actually, I think. So you've got the white option there, or pink as they call it. And then we've got the grey. So just take your pick. Maybe you want it maybe you've got other things that you want to make it with. It's still 100% cotton. Still 100% cotton. There it is. That's it with the grey base. Is grey most popular now? It's level pecking. So there we go. That's your grey. I don't know which is my favourite. Jennifer, I'm with you. I can't decide which is my favourite. Very pretty. So that's £6.25 per ½ metre. You're going to need 2 metres for most sizes. If you're making a size 22, 2.5 metres. But again, 150 centimetres selvage to selvage, so that is a really lovely width. And that's why you need less material. So it's working out to be cost effective too. Now the poppies. We've brought the poppies because they're always so popular and also incredibly cost effective. If we're talking cost effective, £3.55 per ½ metre. They're popular. That's what a metre will look like. Yeah, £3.55 per ½ metre. PSJQ35. That is, producer Paul keeps saying, it's very popular. He's having a great old time there. He's just entertaining himself, saying popular. And then, so it's very dramatic, isn't it, with that black background. We've made some lovely things out of that fabric, actually. My favourite were the... Maybe you just want to get ½ metre and just use those poppies to fussy cut. Beautiful. £3.55 DNJQ37. There we go. £3.55 a ½ metre. That's 100% cotton. So again, you can use that. You can use that for anything you like: dressmaking, curtain making, bag making, whatever. It's a really useful fabric to have. Right. Patterns. Whoop. Let's go 14 to 22. Here it is. So if you have a waist that is 28 inches or above, go for this one. And again, go by size. Please go by size. Not by numbers, if you see what I mean. The most fabric that you'll need is 2.5 metres. I'm just trying to see where that tells me. Where does it change to being... There we go. But yeah. But there should be, producer Paul will be able to check, there should be a picture of the back of the packet on the website so you can check your size. That's £12.95. If you are an incy-wincy 23-inch waist up to a 28-inch waist, this is the one for you. I believe a 23-inch waist does exist. I've never experienced it, but apparently it does. £12.95. IXBR 93. Jennifer, what are you doing? I see you've got scissors in hand.
Yes, I've just clipped the neck in preparation for attaching the tie.
So what have we got here? These are the
got
fronts.
two fronts with our centre fronts folded back. I've French seamed the shoulders because this is a lovely weight of fabric to do French seams on. And I probably would French seam the side seams as well, but not the armhole. It can be done, but it's a lot more challenging on a curve.
Is
so
that
I
just too
thought,
juicy?
Yeah, that's for another day. But it lent itself very well to that. And in order to put the neck on, this necktie on, I needed to have sewn the shoulder seams. And we've got the darts there sewn in, the shoulder darts. So
and then these are the bits that we sewed up here.
So that's turned through. We did.
Yeah.
And clipped all the way around. And in terms of what has happened with the tie, I've bagged out one side, and it's just a case of turning through. It doesn't need really a tool to do it because it's the width of the tie.
Isn't it? Yeah.
These are the tools. It's absolutely fine. It's really easy. And also the smoothness of the fabric makes it a lot easier to do this as well. There's nothing, there's no sort of nap or anything on it to stick together.
Is that why? Is that the satin bit of it?
Yeah, it's beautifully tactile.
Now half the stock of the grey is already gone.
I'm not surprised.
Over half the stock of the pink. This one has one. So if it is in your basket, please check out. And also, if you've got things from the first hour today, again, please check out your baskets. Don't miss out.
And I've just ruched it down there and used the dobber to make those...
Derek the dobber?
Yeah, make those end points. And I can press that later, but for now, I just want to attach it.
What I'm noticing about these is that just how sharp those points are. Is that down to the fabric?
Yes, and it's the pivoting when you sew the corner.
Oh, so your handwork
I also clipped a little bit off.
Okay.
And then turned it through, yes. So the softness of it and the accuracy of turning that corner make a big difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So now it comes to attaching the neckline to the tie. And this is why I picked this out as being a juicy bit, because you've got a curve that's been clipped, you've got bias cut, and also we need to just sew a given area together. So that needs clipping as well, so that we can... So I'm just going to clip up to where my stitching line is, not through it.
Now this is the same point that you clipped on the front of the
these
the
are going
blouse,
to match
isn't
to
it?
each
so
other.
Those, and is that where those squares were on the pattern?
Yes. So it's matched the squares.
All becomes clear.
Yeah. Yes, and in the pattern there's a key, like I've said before, like a good map, that tells you what all of the markings mean. Like there's a large one that looks a bit like a target, and that refers to bicep, bust, that sort of measurement, but it tells you all about it. And it even on the sleeve pattern tells you what that measures, what the actual pattern sleeve measures. So you can measure your bicep and think, oh, the sleeve's going to be a bit too tight, I need to add a bit.
So you can,
Loads of information there.
It's knowing which bit is really relevant, isn't it, and which bit's going to really help you. It's a whole new world, isn't it, really? For me, it's, you know, as someone that's a craft sewer predominantly, then it's like hieroglyphics to start off with, and then you start to learn it.
But it's all there. That's the great thing about a pattern that's this good. There's no guesswork. So clipping that has enabled me, excuse me, to straighten it out and attach it to this edge. So I've got a clip at the centre back and a little blue chalk line as well, and that will match to the centre back seam of the tie.
Do you start in the centre and then ease your way out?
I'm going to in terms of the pinning, yeah. So that's the centre back, and then it's conventional for seams to face towards the back, and it's also more comfy with a shoulder dart for it to go towards the back.
Right.
So there's also a notch on the tie.
Finding it, isn't it?
It's all matching together. But it might feel, because you've got completely different grain lines going together, it might feel like they don't belong together, but they do. There was something else I was going to mention when I just did that as well. So there's a slight stretch in the tie because it's bias cut. But can you see how, even though they are quite different grain lines, they match? And then I'm going to work round to the centre front.
So that's why the tie bit is done on a bias, so that it's going to stretch around the curve
and
of the
drapes.
collar.
Yeah, and it drapes.
Hey, look, I did that by myself. Back to front. No idea
So
what it looks like.
those two clips, that's where that square was. They need to match absolutely. So I'm going to put a pin in there, and I will start there and work my way around to the other side. Just put another pin in that shoulder seam on the other side.
But you didn't, when you clipped into that fabric, and that was the bit that you said, it might feel a bit scary, it didn't, you didn't clip as far as the stitch line, did you? You stopped short of the
just
stitch
probably
line.
2 millimetres if we're going to be really specific about it. Yeah, so it's close to it, but it's not, certainly not beyond it. It's very, very near. And so those match together like that.
Okay.
So if I sew from one edge, which is the front...
Do you do that in one whole piece, or do you go from the centre and then out?
I'm just going to, because they've matched together, and I'm just going to take it in sort of manageable little stages, which I always tend to do, and I have the side facing me that needs most of my attention. That really only has one centre back seam, whereas this has got a shoulder seam, it's got clipped curves and another shoulder seam, so I want that to be facing me.
Okay.
But I'm also going to keep an eye underneath that there are no puckers that appear in that one because it's slightly stretchy. So there's a lot to...
Multitasking.
Yeah, there's a lot to just keep your eye on as you go.
This is where I would be turning my machine down to very slow and just going
but it's
slow and
nice,
steady.
isn't it, for certain processes to be more mindful. And also, when you're wearing it, it will feel even nicer. I just need to retrieve the pedal again. Keeps disappearing under the table. Right, got it.
Oh, I've got a message. Diana says, sorry, just joined. How much fabric required for a size 10? 2 metres. Yeah, 2 metres.
So I'm going to...
Oh, did Petra email back? Oh, did she? Oh, good. Petra's message back saying what she's going to...
about the slippery, slidey fabric.
Said, sorry, she said, I haven't been brave enough yet to go. Fabric.
Oh.
Be brave, be bold.
Sometimes you need
Give it
to
a go.
lay a fabric out and kind of stalk it a bit like a cat. Kind of go out of the room and come back and get to know it a bit more, and then go away again, have a cup of tea, and then walk around it, and then there's the time to go for it.
Are you a morning or an evening person?
Oh, I think it depends on the seasons very much and the light.
Okay.
But generally probably evening.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to take the pin out before I get there, but I'm just making sure that my shoulder seam is going to face the back. And those clipped edges, I'm folding out any surplus over here.
Because you could get a little bit of a crease there.
So folding out over here, sort of in evenly distributed folds makes a big difference. So I'm folding the shoulder seam to the back, making sure that that doesn't move over there.
Yeah.
Because it probably won't to.
These are the things it can't tell you in the pattern, isn't it? You know, there's too much detail.
Movement of fabric and sort of how to learn to handle it the right way.
Petra, you're watching.
With confidence, but not too much pushing and pulling. So I'm just going to work. I'm at the centre back now, so I'm just going to work around to the centre front. And then we'll see how it looks.
Excellent.
But without all of those relevant markings, this would not be such a joy to do because there'd be some guesswork.
Oh, no, you don't want that. It's funny, isn't it, actually? Sometimes when you relax and just go for it, you get a much better finish, whereas if you concentrate too heavily, sometimes you can... I was thinking this when I was I've been painting while I've been off, decorating. And you want nice, clean, crisp finishes if you're doing two different colours. So you've got like the white ceiling and then you've got a different colour for the walls. And you want that lovely, the cutting in. And you want it to be absolutely spot on. And when I'm doing it and it's not the last layer, you know, you just go for it with that kind of, with that confidence and that ease, and it does it perfectly. And then you concentrate too hard. It's like the wobbliest line ever. And it's kind of the same, isn't it, with your sewing? When you relax and enjoy it, you get that better flow, and this is what you end up making. So you can achieve this. You can do this. You can get this home. You can get this gorgeous fabric. First time we've got this fabric to wear, and you can be achieving something like this. Now, when I walked out of my dressing room in this into the office. Lovely Wendy went, oh, Tash, you are bang on trend. Hey. If everybody checks out, then which one? This one's sold out. If everybody checks out their baskets. So please make sure that you check out your baskets. We're going to check the grey stocks now, but if you're after this one, and it is, I mean, look at that. For me, it's as you turn to the side. This is where I've always struggled with shirts. This is why I don't have many shirts in my wardrobe, if I'm entirely honest, because I've got big shoulders anyway from swimming, and they always make me look bigger. And they've been too tight. But there, lots of movement there. Yeah. And it's flattering.
And when you look at the shape of those darts, I mean, when I look at a pattern, I know it's going to instantly, well, it's Vogue, so that's kind of a given. But the way those darts flow, they're a really beautiful shape.
But also, I mean, this you say make a 12, but there was no 12 for me. This was just made out of the packet. You kind of know my size. And you knew, looking at the pattern, you kind of went, yeah, no, we're going to have to take it from a size 12 up to a 14 to make it nice, because it is very slim cut.
It is.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So what we have now is our ties attached to the neck.
Look at that, there's your tie.
And that's the point where it folded back. Now that needs a little bit of pressing, and it may even need a bit more clipping. And that side's better. You see how that hasn't got a tiny pucker, but the other side has. So it's probably just about clipping a little bit further. Oh, but I'd rather come back to that and clip a couple of millimetres more than clip too much in the first place. And then, I won't do this because I want to show the sleeve. It has a name, and the name escapes me. The little band that...
Oh, these bits down here?
Yes.
How long have we got? 10 minutes?
Okay, so with this part, they advise that you press in 1.5, match that over your seam line, and slip stitch it by hand in place, which is what I did on this one,
Oh, gosh.
So that's really nice, kind of, I like the combination of machine sewing and hand sewing. And it also gives it a really nice finish. There's no top stitching on it. It's just a very simple neckline. So that slip stitch will just secure that in place all the way along the neck, and then the tie's done.
Oh, wow.
It's that simple.
Yeah, because you know when I was looking confused earlier, but hang on, how does that, you know, which bits do you sew together, and then how do you get it with such a lovely finish? But there it is.
Yeah.
And the collar's lovely. Look at that.
So that's what would happen next to complete the tie. And I have not demonstrated any darts, but if we have any time, I will. But what I wanted to show was this technique. So whilst the sleeve is just an individual pattern piece, like this, and I've transferred all of the markings, so it's an eased-in sleeve. So I would do 2 lines of ease stitching, and there are darts that mark where you sew that. I like to sew my ease stitching on a long stitch length and distance 1 and 2 centimetres from that cut edge.
Okay.
And then my sewing line is midway between the two, and I find having 2 lines of ease stitching really helps.
To focus.
Yeah, and then you haven't got any puckers on that sleeve head.
Actually, you haven't.
It's just
do you want to have a look at that?
Eased in.
Yeah.
It's
not a pucker inside.
The key to the easing, getting it right, is is definitely having 2 lines of stitching. I would never attempt to do it without those because they work for you and they're really useful.
So one you'll remove because the 2 centimetre one will be
here.
outside of that.
I wouldn't do that on a fabric that would show that the needle has gone through and punctured it, if it was anything really delicate. But with this, it's fine and they just steam out.
Excellent.
It's absolutely fine.
Okay, so we've got 8 minutes.
Right. So I've
More juicy bits.
pre-pressed these, and it's a little pattern piece, and you just press in 6 millimetres, which is a 1/8 of an inch. I keep forgetting my imperial measurements. It's an 1/8, isn't it? 6 millimetres. And so I'm just going to fold that in half and finger press a crease in it. And this is where having the black thread will really show up with this. So this needs to be opened out.
Yeah,
and
you see,
sewn
this is where
to
I'm
it.
lost.
It's a really useful technique for shirt making as well. So, and that has been cut. It does advise stay stitching it.
Okay.
I'm not going to because that's going to take a bit longer and I want to make sure I get it done.
Oh, so you flatten it out?
You do. So I'm going to match the point at which the cut ends with that crease that's halfway along the band.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sew using just a small seam allowance. But I'm not going to match raw edges together. I am at the beginning, but it will become clearer when I sew.
You're not... Oh, right. So have you left that...
So I've joined... I've
1/8 of an inch.
Matched them at the beginning.
Right.
And this is really well illustrated in the pattern as well. So just reverse at the beginning. And then what I'm going to do, and you definitely need to fold out the surplus over here. So there's going to be a difference between the raw edge of the, I'm going to call it a placket, but it's the sleeve band. It's not really a placket. Sleeve band, let's call it a sleeve band. I'm sure it has a specific name in the pattern, it just escapes me at the minute. So I'm just going to, what we're aiming for, and actually I take the stitch length down to 2. Can you see how the sewing line is going to be 6 mil from the band?
Okay, yes.
But it needs to go right in close to that point where it creases over.
Right.
It's quite a fiddly job, but it's well worth doing.
Well, it gives it that real professional look, doesn't it? Is this going to be a little bit like binding?
Yes.
So it's just intricate binding,
but it's straight cut.
Ah, okay.
So if I just sew to the end, we can open it out, and it will become clearer what I've done.
And this is all in the pattern, so if you're getting the pattern...
So I've sewn, straightening that out and working with the sleeve uppermost, I've sewn along to the middle, no pivoting, just carrying on. But can you see how little fabric I've grabbed there?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Which is why it's good to reduce your stitch length.
Okay.
And then you fold over, and the pre-pressing helps, and then fold over again.
God, it's very intricate, isn't it? And then, so pressing the whole time.
Yes.
If you wanted to use something like a starch spray to help it, would that work?
Yeah.
So if you got your best press spray from the first hour, then that would help with this.
Now there are options now. You can slip stitch that in place, which is quite a good way of ensuring the accuracy. Just tiny little slip stitches all the way along. So if I pop a couple of pins in, just to secure it, I think I top stitched yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to see what we're doing on here? It's this bit in here. So it's this delicate piece along there. Through there. And so that was the pivotal point there, to then bring it back down that side there.
And then from the outside, that's what it looks like. So we're going to have a pleat in the sleeve as well, which is marked with notches. And that one folds over that one. So one folds back And the pleat always folds that way, towards
Away.
the back, yeah. So that's what the sleeve is starting to look like.
Wow.
And then this part in here, just to help that keep its shape, you just sew by machine a little line across, like a little triangular line. And all that does is pinch that out, that top edge, and help it stay like that.
Oh, fab. It's these little
So this is quite a
tips, isn't it?
detailed area, but it's all in the instructions, and you don't have to top stitch that. If it feels too daunting, I definitely recommend it. Just
slip stitching.
hand sewing it in place. And it looks rather nice as well if it's hand sewn, because it kind of fits with the necktie.
What a lovely project to do.
It is, isn't it?
Really lovely. You can dress this up, dress it down. It's a real versatile top, isn't it?
Yes, and such comfy fabric to wear.
Office wear, evening wear.
Yeah.
Dub. Wow. So $6.25 per half a metre for this. That's beautiful. Really lovely. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Gosh. Wow.
You're seeing it in a new light now.
No, just the effort. I mean, it's easy, isn't it, to just throw on a top and not think about it. But then you realise just how much time and effort and work has gone into making it. And also just the bits that make it look so professional, these pieces. And the juicy bits, there you go, there's a juicy bit there. And then the sleeves as well. Just fab. Producer Paul says that this is one of the most well-made, beautifully put together tops he's seen on the shows.
Oh, great. Good. That's lovely to hear.
Yeah, thank you.
That's what it's all about. Enjoying the sewing.
Now, you're back in an hour.
I am.
And a bit of change of pace, some Tilda. Ooh,
oh, it's so yummy.
This is the new Tilda Harvest.
I love those prints.
I can't believe that was launched on my day off. Can you believe it? So we're going to have that at 11 o'clock. So don't go anywhere for that. And we're going to show you ways to, hey, make it pretty. Thank you. Right, let's have a look at these fabrics then, because they are going super, super quick. The lighter, but this one, at the moment, you're not checking out your baskets, so you're okay. But if you all check out your baskets, you're not okay. All right, that's basically how it is. So we've had some people buying sort of 4 meters at a time, 5 meters. How much? 10 meters? Wow. Okay, so a lot of love for this fabric. So please, please, please check out your baskets. Make sure that you don't miss out on this, because if everybody who has it in their baskets checks out, then you're not okay. $6.25 per half a metre. Now, here we go. Next hour, of course, is Miss It, Miss Out. So that will be a similar check out. And do you know what, actually? This is where it's a really good thing that our P&P is done per day. So at midnight, your P&P charge of just $2.95 is applied to your account. So you can check out, especially on things like Miss It, Miss Out and our first hour, which was fast-paced and full of things under £10. Just make sure that you check out and get what you want. Only one P&P per day of $2.95. We don't keep adding on the P&P. Now, this is your grey background, and this, again, $6.25. At the moment, but only at the moment, you're okay. And just a word, actually, Jennifer was talking about with me earlier. She said, you know, do take a look and decide which way up you want the fabric as well to be. You know, it's not necessarily a directional one, so it depends if you want the branches sort of up or draping down. Now, we've got a couple of buttons. We had buttons on the 8 o'clock show as well. In fact, we had the diamond buttons, which were exactly the ones here, but we've got a few other options for you. So the iridescent ones, these ones, here we go. These are some different button options for you. So these are nice round ones, sort of roundy ones. And they've got a slight iridescent quality to them there. And so they are $1.95, or there you go. If you want to grab these ones, you get 6 with these, and they're just £1.45. But just plain, easy to use buttons there, $1.45. Now let me show you the poppies as well, very quickly. Gosh, we're running out of time. That's your poppies. That's it on black, $3.55 per half a metre there. And then we've also got it on the white. White's most popular now. Gosh, it's overtaken. So you can't call it, can you, on these things? So this is the white background, poppies here. There they go. 355 there, DNJQ37. Now, we do have a website offer for anybody that's shopping on the website, and this is for items that haven't been on the TV today. If you spend £10, then you get 10% off. If you spend £20, you get 20% off. If you spend £30 or above, you get 30% off your order. Now, T's and C's will all go up on the website for you so that you can take a look at those. But that is only on the website shop, nothing that's been on the television today. So if you are shopping today, do have a rummage through the rest of the website because there are some fabulous bargains to be had for today up until Friday. So take a look at that and I'll see you in just a minute.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
There are many different ways you can buy from us here at The Sewing Quarter. You can order from us by calling our free phone number at 0800 112 4433 and talk to the team at our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, there are other ways you can buy from us. You can go online and shop through our website at www.sewingquarter.com. You can even watch the show there and shop as you go. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day and only pay a small fee of £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products excluding custom-cut fabric. Our friendly UK-based team will help guide you through every step.
The Sewing Quarter website is simple and easy to use. You can view a live broadcast of the show on our homepage. Get instant access to our online shop, which has a wide range of wonderful products for you to choose from. You can also enjoy a selection of projects and guides which we have on offer to help you enhance your skills and gain valuable tips. Watch the live shows and you can buy the product which is currently being shown on air. You can even message the studio to ask our presenters or team any questions you might have. Below, you'll find all the products from today's show for you to look at and purchase. On the right of the screen, next to today's products, you will find our simple program guide listing all upcoming shows. So, join us today at sewingquarter.com.
What do you get when you cross a quilting genius with a superb Swiss-designed quilting machine? Tune in on Sunday the 17th of September and you'll find out. Over 2 shows, Joy will demonstrate a wide range of quilting techniques and sewing secrets. She'll start with a machine quilting masterclass in which she'll explore all the fantastic features of the Elna 730X quilting machine. Then, she'll go on to make a traditional quilt block, featuring sashing and cornerstones using some fabulous textured solids. Whether you're a seasoned quilter or just starting out, these shows are bound to help you improve your skills, gain new ideas, and expand your fabric stash. So, don't miss Joy's quilting tips and tricks on Sunday the 17th of September at 8 AM and 10 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
Hello, welcome back. Now you've got me this hour, Natasha McCarthy, and it's Miss It, Miss Out. Basically, this is how it works. In our warehouse, we have various bays, and each month, is it each month or each week? We have to clear, each week, it is each week, isn't it? Each week we have to clear an entire bay so that we can bring in at least 45 new fabrics. So that is how it goes. So we need to sell anything that is on a roll of fabric, so when it's getting down to the last sort of few meters or whatever, we need rid of them because if they've only got a couple of meters on, or 5 meters or 10 meters, they're still taking up a space that a whole new roll of fabric would take up. So some of this fabric you'll never see again. Some we might get back in, but it won't be for a few months' time. We'll let you know which ones are which. But basically, all of these are limited stock, so miss it, miss out. If it's one that you've loved, if it's one that you've got and actually done lots with and gone, I actually really love this, want some more, now's your time to get it. Miss it, miss out. That's the name of the hour for a good reason. Again, check out your baskets as many times as you want. We will only charge you 1 P&P of £2.95 per day. Okay. If you want it, check out your basket. Okay. That's the easiest that I can say. If you want it, check out your basket, and then we'll move on to the next one. This has been so. We're never ordering this again, but I love the chickens. 1 meter. Is that all we've got left? Oh my goodness. Seriously, miss it, miss out. It's probably this meter. Is it this meter? By the looks of it, it's this. So if you want this, like this, we can cut it in half for you. Or anyone that wants to have the whole thing, then $5.95. Here it is, homegrown chickens on blue. I love this one because you can pick it out with the red, and it's just really gorgeous. So $5.95. I'm quite sad about that. We're not ordering this again, apparently. That's really sad. I tell you what, my chicken Houdini's been leading all of my chickens astray recently. Found them prowling around the garden the other day. Shall I pop that away, because is that just going to go? Has someone got that in their basket already? Yeah. Do check out your basket, else it's gone. Now, Michael Miller. The Michael Miller fabrics are ones for you to colour on. We will order this again. When? Don't know. Oh, we won't. Not this one. Some of them we will, but not this one. So if you're after the Colour Me In, Michael Miller fabrics, and this is a beautiful one. Oh, if it's the floral, yeah, it is the floral. Floral Fantasy, we are not getting this one in again. So if you're after this to colour in, if you've got your fabric markers, we've got 2 meters of it left. It's $8.45 per half a meter. Get the kids involved, get them colouring in. Miss it, miss out. $8.45. I'm going to hold on to that just for a little minute. Oh, this is the fish one, isn't it? I like the fish one. Again, Michael Miller, we're not getting this one in again. We're going to get different ones in, you know? So, but not this one. This has had its time, and we're moving on. But if you've got someone, oh, it's kind of koi carpy, isn't it? But sort of Zentangly at the same time. And then paisley. Oh, it's a lovely one. And again, colour it in, or not, up to you. So $8.45, ZXEQ72. How much have we got for this one? 7 meters left. That's 14 units left, and then that's gone. So someone could ring up and order all of that, and then it's gone. So please do check out your baskets. Michael Miller fabrics, if you haven't seen them, here we go, we've got a little scrap of it here. You can colour them in. And we've got fabric markers for you to colour in. There we go. Can I colour it in? Okay. I like it when I get allowed to colour in. So you're getting 25 markers, 20 markers rather, but the beauty of it is that you get a thick tip there, if you want to do sort of larger amounts. And you can do it just gently like that, but then if you want to go darker, you can get that different effect. But if you wanted to do something more intricate, maybe you just wanted to go around there and just highlight that, then you've got the finer nib there. And if you wanted to go in, it is very relaxing. Honestly, we made producer Paul do some of this, and he was all zenned out. You had a lovely time, didn't you? He was like, oh, he said, this is it. He said, you know, this is how I need to relax. Yes, it is. So you could just do a little effect like that. It's entirely up to you. But these markers are incredible value, aren't they? $12.95 for 20 markers. If you iron them, then it will set them as permanent so you can wash them. There you go. So $12.95 for that. I was concentrating. I'm a concentrating face on there. And you can wash them then at 40 degrees. TNCG84. There you go. Get colouring. Have a nice time with that. Right. Ooh, the hot air balloons. They're not Michael Miller, but they look like they should be. But there's no reason why you can't colour in. $3.55 per half a metre. Seriously? We're not ordering this again, but whew, what a bargain. Only 5 units, so 2.5 metres of this left. Look at that. I haven't seen this. When have we... Was this a John show? Did John have this? I was with Amy. It's only been on once, but it was super popular then. That's why we've got so little left. So $3.55. This is your cotton print hot air balloons on ivory. Hey, lovely. That's really lovely, isn't it? I've got that hot air balloon song from the 70s in my head. Riding in your beautiful balloon or whatever it is. Look at that. Fab. Miss it, miss out. That is the name of the game this hour. Miss it, miss out. We will not be getting that back again. In fact, all the fabrics I've shown you so far this hour, not getting back in again. So if you want it, grab it. Check out your baskets. Don't miss out. Are we not reordering the alligators? I love the alligators. Ah, now this is... we've only got 2 metres of this left. So really miss it, miss out. Now this is 100% certified organic cotton. Okay? And then it's got a PU coating on it. All right? So it's a waterproof. So you can make all your little waterproofy things for your kids. Maybe a swimming bag or something like this. I made... we had one with elephants on, and I made Freddie his lunchbox bag because his lunchbox always leaks. I made his lunchbox bag out of the elephant fabric. It's fab. It's really lovely. So this is your Cloud9 alligators. We're not getting this again, but the cotton part of this is organic. Lovely. 2 metres left. Ah, if it's in your basket, check out. Check out. Oh, hello. Cameraman Tim, what are you doing? Breaking stuff. It's causing a diversion while he buys himself some alligators. Right, that's your alligators. Don't miss out on them. They've got little birds on them as well, and they're kind of smiley. I do like those. Ooh, now this was your frou-frou. We're not reordering the frou-frou either. It's like a lawn fabric. Only 3 metres left, but it's made in Japan. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful for dressmaking. Actually, this it's because it's so fine. It's really pretty. So it drapes really beautifully as well. So if you do want it, how much did we just say we had of this? 3 metres left. Oh right, okay. It's not being reordered. So actually, if you did want to dressmake with it, grab it now. Maybe you want to make this with it. So pop your 3 metres in. $9.95 per half a metre with this. There it is. Ever so pretty. Very, very fine. Ooh, some really pretty warm colours in there, actually. Lovely. Oh, yeah, but we're not getting it again. Miss it, miss out. Miss it, miss out. Oh, it's bittersweet, isn't it, in these hours? Because some really lovely fabrics, but then, I haven't seen this. What? You're joking, we're not reordering it. Only 4 metres of it. I've got it $3.55 per half a metre of this, and it's lovely. Oh, no! Look at this. I have a small child who would love that. It's his favourite saying at the moment. He says, Mummy, I'm having a whale of a time. And that's what he would look at and say that. They're brilliant. This is on grey. Cotton print Wales on blue, grey, white. Look at that. $3.55 per half a metre. It's got to be done. Surely it's got to be done. Yay! Hey, look at it. Hey, it's really wide as well, isn't it? Ba, 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 ba. Is that non-directional as well? You can have that going any old way. Those whales. Oh, you kind of got icebergy bits in the background. I like that. And they're sort of watery coloury, aren't they? So it's got texture to it, hasn't it? So £3.55. We've got, hang on. What are you saying, Paul? 5 people with it in the baskets. Only 8 units available. So if someone's bought 3, it's gone. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, but we've got it with a blue background as well. Oh, you're joking, only 3 meters of this, and we're not reordering it. Oh, no. This would have looked, it is miss it, miss out. I didn't even know we had it to miss it or miss out. Look at this, yeah, I'd blink, turn my back for a few days, and then what happens? You get fabric in and then out again. Oh, yeah, I have missed it and missed out. Or are they waves? Oh, they're waves. Oh, they could be either. Could be a flock of seagulls. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm enjoying that. Seriously, 3 meters, that's all we've got, miss it, miss out. But, oh, there's a meter left of the frou-frou, if anybody wants that. But then it's gone. Now, it's got quite a few colours on this, hasn't it? Yeah, no, I was just looking. You see down the selvage, down here, it's giving you all the washing instructions and showing you all the different colours that are in there. So if you want to mix and match it with everything else, then you can. Oh, is it gone? Someone's taken it all? Well done, one person. But that's what can happen. So that one's got to go. It's going over there with the chickens. What about the grey? Have we got any of the grey left? Oh, now, can I mix up this order a little bit? Oh, okay. I won't mix up the order then. This one goes with a lot of the other fabrics further down. They were all part of the same sort of collection. But let me show it to you because it's a very, very delicate one, this. It's got tiny, tiny flowers in. Can you see? In a kind of in sort of a sandy colour. I'm going to avoid the word beige because I don't like it, but it's in a kind of a sandy colour there. Very delicate. Hang on, there you go. You can see how delicate it is. That's my finger. There it is. So £5.95 per half a metre. We're not reordering this one. When it's gone, it's gone. This is a fabulous mixer. So if you're quilting, perfect weight for your quilting. Grab it. Don't miss out on that. Do you want to see it in its full? Because it's going to mix with whites and creams, actually, this one. It's pretty, isn't it? It's just delicate. That's what I mean. It's kind of a plain without being plain. Does that make sense? Because you do have that really delicate print on there. £5.95. How much of that have we got? Paul, how much of that have we got? How much of that have we got? All right for a minute, but we'll let you know when it becomes situation critical. It's not, it's not to make you panic buy. It's just that I don't want you to miss out, because if you miss it, then you've missed out. Oh, this is limited stock already? No. This is limited, this one. This is your linen look polka dot. £3.95? Seriously? For your linen look cotton? Great for all your crafty things. Absolutely perfect for your bags, your cushions, all those things. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's a great colour, isn't it? It's a nice warm red. Reds have two different bases. Some can be orangey and some have a bluey base. This is that warm bluey base. The orangey one isn't my favourite. But this one, it's got that sort of warmer purpley base, purpley bluey base. Lovely. So that's your linen look cotton. Half a metre, $3.95. Very farmyard kitchen-y, isn't it, that? I could see that as a sort of a tablecloth or something. How much of that have we got? Today? How much have we got? 9 metres. Okay. All right. So a few of you can get hold of that. Very limited on this. Now this, I do believe, I want to say, you see, I would be putting this with this one because I think they'd look lovely together. So we've seen this one, but I think it works very well with it. But this, very pretty. We're not reordering it. But this is perfect for your quilting. How pretty. Because you do, don't you? When you're quilting, you need different size prints. And this is a nice mid-size. Yeah. That's a really handy one to have. And a lovely shade of blue, isn't it? And daisies never go out of fashion. $5.95, miss it, miss out. On your blue sky background, per half a metre, $5.95. How much of that have we got? Just over 10 metres of this one. But we need its space rather than its company. So we've seen 4 fabrics sell out already this morning. 4? What else has gone? Have both of the whales gone? Hang on. Rewind. Producer Paul, you need to tell me. You need to tell me which ones have gone. Okay, so the whales. Do I need to get rid of the whales? Grey as well? Grey gone too? If you check out your baskets, the grey's gone as well. Right, okay. Check out your baskets as many times as well as you like. Doesn't matter, only one P&P. Frou, gone. Okay. And the chickens, gone. Whew. Right, now, next up. God, blimey. Right, next is, it's your ticking. Now, this is your yarn dyed ticking, which means that, look, it's ticking on the back, ticking on the front. So the yarn is dyed before it's woven. That's what it means when you see yarn dyed, okay? Make a fabulous apron. This is lovely. We've had a lighter blue recently, haven't we? But this is lovely. In fact, I've used pretty much this fabric for a ticking to go around a bean bag, and it looked fab. So it's a real nice, durable fabric. $4.55 there. That's your cotton yarn-dyed ticking stripe fabric in navy. Really handy to have. And this is part of our limited stock. So we will get this in at some point, but I can't tell you when. But it's not on the list to never be reordered because it's one of those staples, isn't it? But we don't have very much left. We want its, like I say, we want its space rather than its company right now. So $4.55. If you want it, buy it today. It's one that I always try and keep in my stash. I always keep a good few tickings in my stash because they're really handy. I'll use them on backs of cushions. I use them, like I say, bean bags, things like that. Fabulous to have. Don't miss it. Hey, that would work really nicely with the red spot. It's this sort of lovely tone, isn't it? Yeah, I'd put those together. Yeah, why not? Now, hey, Paul, we both oohed and ahed over this one, didn't we, earlier? Are we not getting this one again? What's going on? We've only got 12 units of this left. Oh, no, we did have this on a show. We had it in a bundle. Yeah, you and I had this in a bundle because we also had, we had it reversed colour-wise as well. But look at that. I think it's really beautiful and part of the same range, just, for your information, as these two. So if you are multi-buying today other fabrics, just be aware that it goes with these. It's from the same range. Okay, so if you were after that one, and again, these are all now on the website as soon as we bring them to wear, and those daisy type ones as well. So you can see. So you've got Ditzy, sort of mid-ditzy and your larger print there. And you can see how that would work really beautifully. And those blues are just gorgeous. So again, not reordering any of these fabrics. This is the one that is on your screen at the moment, $5.95 there. We've gone through these. These are on the website ready for you to buy, but you do need to be quick. Miss it, miss out. That's the name of the game this morning. Gosh, I love that one. It's really classy, isn't it? Really lovely. I could see that actually in my mum's sitting room. That would look lovely. Oh, Mum, quick. Oh, but then... Now this is, oh, okay, so this is part of the limited collection. So it just means that at the moment we don't have very much of it. We don't know when it will come back. Could be a few months, could be next year, don't know. But we would hope to get this back. We just don't know when. So if, quite frankly, and everybody does, need some elephants in their life, look at these. Love them. If you've been after them for a while, here they are. $3.55. Oh, you need them. They really are lovely. I would love a shirt out of that. I'd love a top out of those elephants. So some going this way, some going that way, some trumpeting. $3.55 per half a metre. How much of that we got? How much? 6 metres. There you go. Look at that. So perfect for your dressmaking as well, because it does have such a lovely soft drape. So if you've been after it for a while, you see we had it in the burgundy background as well, didn't we? But that went so quickly. So now's the day. Don't forget, grab those elephants. There. Loving the elephants. So that's $3.55. Fabulous price as well per half a metre. Yay! There they are. Lovely. Lovely. Right. Next one is limited. So we don't have much of this. Now this is a perfect weight for upholstery and all those kind of things. Now producer Paul likes this on the front and the back, and I'm with him on that. So it's like you're getting 2 fabrics in one, because look, that's there. And actually when I've used fabrics like this before, that's exactly what I've done. I had this in a sort of a botanically type print, and I did some cushions with the butterflies and the dragonflies on the front, and some with it at the back. So it is, you could quilt it. And they've, could you imagine doing some that way, some the other? Oh, that would be a real treat for the eyes, wouldn't it? But this is just $4.95 per half a metre. This is your little chest fabric from your New World tapestry. It's, now this is a cotton mix, isn't it? So it's 80% cotton and 20% polyester, but great for upholstery. It's 140 centimetres wide, so it's lovely and wide. Look at that. But we've only got 10 units of it, so we've only got 5 metres left. We had loads of these, didn't we? And they just went so quickly. In fact, when I've used these before in the past as well, can I just show you the selvage? The selvage is really pretty as well. And when I've used these before, I've not hemmed that. I've just used that as is, as a feature down my cushions. So you've got that option. Oh, it might have gone. I'll keep it out just for a second, just in case. It's brilliant, isn't it? Fab. Kind of a reversibly type fabric. Right. Okay. Next one is limited as well. Oh, this colour. Do like this colour. Now, is this one yarn dyed as well? No, this is a printed one. So you know how I said the other one was yarn dyed? This isn't. This one is a printed ticking. $3.95? Hey, this is your linen look cotton blue stripe. It's more of a duck egg, teal, that sort of colour. I wouldn't have necessarily called it blue, but yeah, it's got that wash shabby chic look about it with that linen texture coming through. Really nice fabric. $3.95, fabulous price. Just excellent. So $3.95 for that. ADJQ 74. Yeah. I don't know when we're going to buy this again. It's incredibly limited. What do you mean when you say incredibly limited, Producer Paul? 14 units, so that's 7 meters left of this. That's it. Don't know when it will be back. That's all we have in the warehouse at the moment. But it's taking up space in the warehouse that we could use for a full, whole new wonderful roll of fabric. Needs to go. As much as we love it, needs to go. Now, oh yes! Oh no, it's limited. You know I love this so much, don't you, Producer Paul? Because I've got a scarf out of this. Yeah, on a blue background, but I've got but these are your zebras. Yeah, always popular. Do you know, even if you don't have a project in mind yet, it's got to be had. There they are. $3.55. I don't know what they're queuing for. They're being terribly British, aren't they, in queuing? Maybe they've got some dinner on the way. $3.55. Fabulous price. That's the aircon, by the way. Award-winning director Mike that's moving that. It's the aircon that's wafting it, not me. Hey, look at that. That's lovely. So there are your zebras. And that's fabulous. We love them. Lots of you with it in your baskets. Please check out your baskets. Don't miss out on these. Is this one that we're going to get back, Producer Paul? We are, but we don't know when. Could be 6 months. Could be a year. Could be next week. Don't know. Just don't know. Wouldn't like to say. So like these, see these and the elephants. Doesn't matter if you've got a project in mind for it or not. Just have it in your stash because the project will present itself for something as lovely as this. Do love them. $3.55. Grab it. Ooh. Oh, now the last frou-frou sold out in super quick time, didn't it? We've got another frou-frou. We're not reordering. I'm guessing it's going to be 9 something a meter, half a meter like the other one. Yeah, $9.95 per half a meter. It is a very delicately printed. It's made in Japan. It is incredibly soft. I think, and I'll probably get told off for saying it, but it's got a little bit of a liberty feel about it. Look at the colours. Isn't that pretty? Well done to everyone that managed to get the last one. Slightly more of this one, but again, not a lot. Not a lot and not reordering. You've got those lovely warm purple tones in there. Really beautiful. But then you've also got, you see that, this kind of grey colour, that's going to go really nicely with jeans. This is going to be one, if you're dressmaking with it, really lovely because it's got that delicate drape to it. This is not a heavyweight cotton. It's more of a lawn fabric. I think it's lovely. It's $9.95 per half a metre. The other one sold out so fast. Don't miss out. Maybe you've got the other one and you want another one to go with it. But you see, I think the shirt I'm wearing this morning would look lovely out of that. Wouldn't it? Can you imagine that? Draped around the place. Because it's that kind of weight and texture that you could do these with. Yeah. It's really hard, I know, because you can't feel it. So I've got to try and give you an idea of the weight of it. But that is a lightweight, made in Japan, like I say. Yeah, very pretty, and lots of you with it in your baskets. I think it was designed in Paris, but printed and made in Japan. $19.95 for your frou-frou. Someone's just bought 3 meters. Well done to you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Am I going to keep that out for a minute? Okay, keep out for a minute. Do I need to recap any? We're all right for now? Sure? Okay. Oh, ooh. We're not reordering this, but this was fresh and fruity. I guess it's one of those things. This was great fun for summer. Here we go. Your fruity. Actually, this is your blueberry fruit salad. I always like to call it tutti frutti but it's not actually called that. But this was, we first had this on the show after producer Hannah came back from cycling across Cuba. Because I remember her saying that they kept trying to feed her papaya for breakfast and she didn't like it. But yeah, that is your exotic fruit breakfast there in a fabric. Erin McMorris. We don't stock a lot of her fabrics, but they've been very popular when we've had them in. So $6.95 per half a metre, CURW81. It's just a good fun fabric, isn't it? And it's an excellent excuse to get all of those bright, zesty colours out. So $6.95. Maybe you want to do a lunchbox bag out of it. Get a bit of Odie coat, waterproof it, job done. Lovely. How much of that left? 15 metres, but when it's gone, it's gone. This hour, miss it, miss out. As the name suggests, we want it. We want it gone. Some we will reorder. We've told you which ones we will reorder. We just don't know when. Basically, these are all taking up, because when they're on a roll, when they're on a bolt, they take up as much room as a full one. So in our warehouses, so it's like, right, we want to make room each week for 45 new fabrics to come in. So these have got to go. These are the last ones that are just hanging about. We want them gone. And I know that a lot of you didn't even realise that we had any left. Now this one, we're not reordering, but you know which ones it goes with, don't you? You know exactly which one it goes with. We want to bring you new fabric, so we want these gone so we can bring you new fabrics. Doesn't mean to say that we don't love these anymore. We just want to bring you new ones. But we know that you love it, so we want you to have another chance to get it. This goes with the company that brought us all of these. So if you've bought any of these this morning, you might want to consider this one. This was very popular. I made some cushions out of this one, and it was really popular. So if you're after this, then look, it's part of this collection. It's from the same company. If you're quilting with it, why not bring in a little bit of extra interest? Lovely. Now, got some information. Linen look dots, have they gone? Gone. Miss it, miss out. Check out those baskets. Anything else that I need to be aware of? Running very low on the stripes. Which ones? The linen look ones, these ones. Shall I keep it out, or shall I say keep it out for a second more? Running low on the... Which one? This one. This one. Running low on this one, but I love this one. Oh. Right, okay, I'm just going to build these on top, one on top of the other, because these are all part of the same range. So this one that I'm adding here we go. Oh, I loved working with these fabrics. They were very soft cotton, actually. They were really lovely to work with. Really lovely. $5.95. This is your windswept skies. How much? Oh, $5.95 per half a metre. Yes, but how many half? We're not reordering, but how much we got left? 10 metres left. Not much. Not much. So please don't miss out on this. Don't miss out. Oh, it's so pretty. And, okay, so the other one from this range was this one. And this was your dragonflies. We're not reordering this either, but all of these fabrics here, they were all from the same sort of range. So here it is. If you're after it, and they all went beautifully together. Because you see, you've got this. that's in here. Oh, it's also beautiful. So that's your Japanese garden. Actually, that's by Makawa. That wasn't, oh, I do beg your pardon, that one wasn't, but it does go with this. This was a different one. The other ones were your Andover ones, but this one, I think, would sit beautifully with those. But this is 100% cotton with your butterflies. This is from your Japanese garden. That's one that we've not had in for long. Gosh, hey, you've got to be quick around here, haven't you? Let me waft this one out for you. There you go. This has been very popular every time we've brought it to air. So there it is, $5.95 for your dragonflies. We've only got a few more, and then we're going to recap what we've got left, what we haven't got left. Poor old floor man Jeremy is frantically trying to tidy up after me. Made a mess, can't help it. Sorry about that. Right, okay. Ooh, oh, now we've got butterflies as well. This, we're not reordering the butterflies either. Gosh. Right. Let's pop those there. Okay. Now, these butterflies, we had these for bags and all sorts, didn't we? Here we go. They've got kind of a watery, coloury feel to them. Ba, 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 ba. Yay, look at those. Now this, we haven't had this in stock for very long. It's $7.95 per half a metre. Oh, it is painted wings. Oh, that's why it feels like it's watercolour, isn't it? PKRW 60. But you can pick out those lovely greens. You've got all sorts of different greens and purples and blues in there. The more you, because it's the wings sort of ombre in colour, so you can pick out lots of different shades to go with it. That's $7.95 per half a metre there. PKRW60. Yeah. And then I've only got a couple more. Ooh. 3 more to go, and then we'll tell you which ones we've got left and which ones we haven't. Ooh. Limited stock. Okay. Now, this one, oh, this was part of the monochrome range. You asked us for monochrome, and we bought you a whole load, and this is all we've got left. So again, we don't know if or when this will be reordered. Are these violins or cellos? It says they're violins, but I'm sure there could be a cello in there somewhere. Maybe a double bass. I like to call this the string instrument black fabric. Let's not be so specific as to say violin. $3.55. Award-winning director Mike says that's such a music teacher shirt. Or waistcoat. Yeah. Or a tie. Even if you just did a tie. That would work a treat. Yay! Right. Okay. How much of that have we got left? That's okay, but it's limited. Okay. Okay. Now this one, I haven't seen this one. I didn't bring this one to air ever. And I've got a couple more. Well, I've been moving house, producer, that's where I've been. Have we? Did you have this on the other day when I wasn't here? But, okay, so this is quite a loose weave, but this would make a lovely tablecloth. It helps if I put it around the right way. They are hearts. There we go. Oh, okay. So you've got your gingham check and your hearts in there. Yeah. Look at that. They do look important. Well, they kind of are. Look, there they are. So they're woven into the fabric. For the amount of work that's gone into making that, $4.95. That's great value for money. $4.95. There. Look at that. So it's just a different take on your gingham. I like, and it's also got quite a rusticy feel to it, hasn't it? It's good. It is a bit of a rusticy look. I like that. Yeah. Oh, now. This is out of the... We're not reordering this either. This is the Japanese garden range as well, isn't it? 5 meters left. No way. Okay, so this... When this... yeah. No, yeah, this is bittersweet hour, isn't it? Because, yes, this is sad that this is going. This is your Japanese garden maple leaf. This was out of the same range as this one, the dragonflies. There we go. That came out of the same range. So actually, that background colour there is the same colour as your dragonflies. Ah. Producer Paul thinks it's a bit fluorescent. No, it's a different weight. This is a heavier weight fabric. This is your quilting cotton. But yeah, this is the same range as your dragonflies then. But when they're gone, this one's when it's gone, isn't it? Yeah, we're not reordering this in. Has been incredibly popular, hence why there's only 5 meters in, and that's all we've got left. So when it's gone, it's gone. So if it's in your basket, please check out. $5.95 per half a metre. Now, the last one that we've gone, gosh, I didn't think that we had any of this left for ages. So this was part of the Hungry Caterpillar, the Very Hungry Caterpillar range. And we haven't had the rest of this for ages, but this one, obviously, we just have a little bit of stock left. So if you want it, and you're a fan of is it Eric Carley wrote the Very Hungry Caterpillar? I think it was, someone like that. It's been translated into so many different languages. Absolute childhood classic. You see, you only need to see that. You know exactly what book it's from. So $5.45 for that. It is Eric Carley. Yeah, you see. I know 45 years ago he wrote that book. That's older than most of us in the building, actually. Yeah. Not put together, obviously. In fact, there would be a couple of Amy's, wouldn't it? So, 45, it's not 45-year-old fabric, but inspired by a book. You see, if things are great and they stand the test of time, then it's great. And this is it, isn't it? That's the book. So miss it, miss out, don't miss out on this. How much have we got left of this now? Oh, if people check out, not sure. We started off with only 5 meters. That was all we had left. Because we had those big, lovely heart panels, didn't we? With the Very Hungry Caterpillar on. Oh, recap time. Okay, right. Are there any I need to get rid of, Producer Paul? The tapestry. Oh, the little checks. Yeah. Got it. At the moment, if everybody checks out, then there will be tears before bedtime. Okay, so this is the tapestry. This is the one that we all went, oh, it's 2 fabrics in one. Look, because the background is as beautiful as the foreground, front. Let's just go with front. So yeah, you've got both options. And these are the fabrics where actually I love to use the selvage because it's almost like a little tassel on its own. So if you're buying a metre, say, and this is for all of the fabrics on the show today. If you're buying a metre, then we will, so that's, you'd put 2 in the quantity box, and we would send you the whole metre. We wouldn't cut 2 half metres. You'd get the whole length in a whole metre. If you order 4 metres, the same. You'd just get one great long length of 4 metres. But if you put 2 units in your basket and checkout, and then another 2 units in your basket and checkout, you'll get them in 2 separate bits. So it's if you put it in one order as that amount, then you'll get it cut to that length. There you go. I say I love this. So $4.95. Please check out your baskets. Again, it's one of those things. Check out those baskets. It's only guaranteed once you check out your basket. $4.95 per half a metre. This is your little chest fabric from New World Tapestry range. You can do reversible cushions, yes, Producer Paul. You can. Upholstery, this is absolutely perfect for. This is an 80-20 mix, so 80% cotton, 20% polyester. So you're going to be able to wash it as well. you could, you can get it all at, there you go. Yeah, look at that. I might sneeze. I've got a bit of dust up my nose. No, we're all right. That moment has passed. This is the joy of live television, isn't it? Got to sneeze. There we go. Yeah. Award-winning director Mike, did you have your eye on some of this? You need to be quick. You need to be quick. There you go. Well, we know where that might end up going. Yeah. Award-winning director Mike, what are you going to use it for? Can I be nosy? Or just throw it over the back of the sofa? You're not actually going to make anything. No, you're just going to throw. Why not? Why not? Because you've got the lovely frayed edges, haven't you? Why not? Day and night. Daytime, nighttime. Yeah. $4.95. That's, there you go. There's some wheeler dealing going on upstairs there. As oh, you've really got to check out. Okay, so award-winning director Mike, if you want it, you've kind of like got to get it now. Like now. Like, okay. If our camera angles don't change at all for the next few minutes, then we know that Mike is actually just ordering stuff. Fine. Okay. Cloud 9, the alligators. Not that one. That's alligators. Which one? That one. That one. All right, all right. All right. No, hang on. I just need to. He says Cloud 9 under your left hand. Under your, oh, it's sold out. Yeah, but producer Paul, look who makes the alligator fabric. I'm pretty sure it's Cloud 9 make the alligator fabric. I'm going to have to check that now. Let's have a look at the alligator actually while I've got it in my hands. Yeah, look, Cloud 9 made it. You see, that's why I was getting confused because you said Cloud 9. I was like, oh, well, they make the alligator fabric. But the other one was called Cloud 9. Producer Paul's. A metre left of your alligators from Cloud 9. The other was called Cloud 9. From Cloud 9. Now, the cotton on this is 100% organic, which is brilliant. And then it's got that sort of plasticky coating on the top, which makes it waterproof. Yeah. So it's a laminate cotton fabric. $11.95. You might want to use, if you are, I use this to make Freddie's lunch box bag. And if you're sewing on the wrong side, then it's fine. If you need to sew anything on the laminate side, you might want to use a Teflon foot. Just so you know. There you go. Oh, the fish Michael Miller. What, the Paisley fish Michael Miller? Yeah. Okay, so we've got a metre left, so we know that's going to go. Miss it, miss out. That's the hour. Oh, the fish, the fish, the fish. Hang on. I'm going to move these because we're not reordering the fish. In fact, the Michael Millers that we've got on the show, none of the Michael Millers we are going to reorder. So if you want it, please do grab it today. Now, these are ones that you can use with your fabric markers. It's a lovely paisley fabric, but then when you look a bit closer, what you see are the fish. It's a bit sort of koi carpy. You don't have to colour it in. It's not, I mean, maybe you see what I would be tempted to do would be just to colour in like one. And just highlight one little bit, one little fish or something. So that, yeah. So you might just want to highlight one bit. Have a cushion front and just have one bit that's highlighted. $8.45. ZXEQ72. Yeah. Now, the joy of these is that you can, of course, use our fabric markers on them. These aren't in the Miss It, Miss Out. We just brought these on so that we could have a little play with them, if we're honest. Now, they're dual-ended with the pens. So if you want to colour in larger amounts, go with the wider nib. And then if you're colouring in more detailed bits, go with the thinner nib. So, and also, so you can do sort of delicate stuff like that. But if you want to shade, just go back in again, and then you can actually do your shading with it. So you can get that graduation in colour. There you go. It's really easy to do, really easy. And so you just use the harder you press or the more you go over it, the deeper that colour. And so you can get that shaded effect. Now, 20 markers there, by the way, for $12.95. Great price. One frou-frou sold out earlier. The other frou-frou is under the fish. How much we got of that fish, by the way? Do I need to keep it out or put it away? Put it away. If it's in your basket, check it out. Here's your frou-frou. How's this go? So the other one sold out really fast, isn't it? This one, how are we doing with this one? Oh, half the stock's gone. Okay. But not being reordered. And that's half the stock checked out and gone. That's not... Yeah, Producer Paul says today's a great day to make the most of your P&P. Our P&P, unlike other places, is done per day. So $2.95 per day. It's applied at midnight. That's how it works. It took me a while to work out, well, how do they do that then? It's applied at midnight. So you check out your basket as many times as you like throughout the day, and then at midnight we'll process all of those orders and add the $2.95 P&P to your order. So it's not done throughout the day. You know, some places, each time you check out, you pay a P&P. That's not fair, is it? But here, no. This is a very lightweight cotton, lovely for dressmaking, for those more delicate projects. It's $9.95. It's printed in Japan. It does have that very fine feel about it. This is not going to be necessarily for your quilting. It's very light, which means that it falls and drapes beautifully. Okay? And actually beautifully printed as well. That's the joy of it. It's just the quality of that print on there is really lovely. It's very intricate. Very, very intricate. But, I mean, I don't know how close we can get on this. But for example, here, you know how sometimes the print just misses? But you can see there, every line is exactly where it needs to be. There's no, there's no bit that's sort of missed off or anything. That background hasn't seeped in. It's beautifully, beautifully printed. And that's why it's $9.95, because the quality of the print work on this is just gorgeous. So there we go. That's your frou-frou. Frou-frou floral. Now, zebras. Have we got any zebras left? Where are they? They're over here. I was watching Madagascar 3 the other day, and there's this wonderful, wonderful scene where he's trying to find his friend amongst all the other zebras, and they're there all looking the same, and it's a bit like this. There it is. That's your zebras. $3.55. What a cracking price. $3.55 per half a metre for your zebras. So this is very limited. If everybody checks out who has it in their baskets, it's gone. But I do love it. It's fab. $3.55. There you go. So check out your baskets. Don't miss out on that. So am I putting that in the gone pile? Yeah, it's going to go. If you check out your baskets, it's gone. So please check out your baskets. Just a note, I mean, anybody that's ringing up can just swoop in and grab. That's just how it works. Okay. Something else that's very limited. The elephants? No? Have the elephants gone? Okay. Let's look at the website. Here's how it works. Because everything that we've shown you on the shows today, we've shown you a lot of products today, haven't we? Gosh. So this is how the website looks. Underneath where you can watch us live, there are all the products that we've had today. A lot of them sold out. There they are. But there they are on the website. So everything we've had on the shows today, all on there. Remember that under £10 show that we had 8 o'clock? All those items, all 38 items on there. If they've sold out, then it will say sold out. Now, next hour, we've got, and this, I'm so excited because this is the first time that I've seen it. We've got some beautiful bags that we're making, and it's out of the new Tilde Harvest fabric. So I can't wait to see it. Jennifer's made some beautiful samples for us, and she's going to be showing us in just a moment.
Follow us on Twitter for more inspiration, top tips, news, and share your own creations with us.
So I'm going to be showing you how to do a ladder stitch. Now this is a great stitch when you want to sew something up and create an invisible stitch. And first of all, I'm just going to use the example of something like a pincushion, but I need to bring these two edges together using the invisible stitch, which is known as the ladder stitch. So first of all, I'm going to take my needle up through the fold. So I'm going to be concealing the knot in the thread. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle in through the fold of the fabric and come out. So you can see that I'm on the actual fold there, so obviously there's the raw edges are inside my pincushion. I'm going to take that through. Now I'm going to go to the opposite side and repeat that stitch, so I want to make sure that this is parallel. So I'm going to come in through that fold and come out. So again, I'm making these stitches really big so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see how I'm going across the whole of the fabric. If I just keep doing a few stitches. So as you can see, we have the ladder stitch there going across the two pieces of fabric. So when I pull my thread, you can see that almost makes those stitches invisible.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99. Join us on Wednesday the 13th of September for a colourful Hexy happy hour with guest Victoria Peat. English paper piecing dab hand Victoria lets no piece of fabric go to waste. With her steady hand and her keen eye for colour, she turns her offcuts into gorgeous EPP creations. Well, now we've armed Victoria with a stack of hexes and some of our finest fabrics, including prints from the popular Botanica range, as well as some gems from Tilda's Harvest collection. Alongside host Natasha McCarty, she'll bring you an EPP demonstration that's bound to give you the piecing bug. So tune in at 9 AM on Wednesday the 13th of September for an hour of Hexy fun with Victoria Peat. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
I think I'm in absolute heaven. Oh my word. Have you seen the new Tilde Harvest? It's beautiful. You know I'm a big Tilde fan. Oh, so this hour, what we've done is we've bundled together for you the brand new Harvest Tilde Fat Quarter bundles. We've put a thread in there and The Fun with Fat Quarters book by Wendy Gardner, so that you can, if, you know, maybe you've got fabric and you go, oh, I don't know what to do with it. Things like this are absolutely gorgeous. So you can make, we've made, out of one fat quarter bundle, we made all, I say we, Jennifer Mills has made pop a few pretty smellies or something in there. They're lovely. So that's them reversed. So it's kind of like 6 bags for the price of 3. No, 3 bags, no, hang on. Yeah, 6 bags for the price of 3, that's the right around. Jennifer's laughing at me like, you know, I'm not used to these early starts, I'm out of practice. And you get your wadding as well, you get a metre square of your wadding. That's in there as well. So wadding, your fat quarters, and your thread. That's what each of these bundles looks like. Do you want to see these fat quarter bundles in more detail? Yes, in a moment. So the green kit. This is what you're getting in that green kit bundle. Look at this. Oh, just gorgeous. Now again, this is what Tilda does so beautifully, is that if you've got any of the other, look at the birds. Oh, the birds are just gorgeous. The colours will work with other Tilda colours as well. So if you've had sort of Pardon My Garden, that's the green from there. Now, Producer Paul, what were you just saying? Look at that. Because the kit can make 3 bags, that's just under £12 a bag. But you see, but they're reversible bags. So then that's like £6 a side. Yeah. Now that was your green. Now the blue one. Ooh. Now this is your blue and teal. Look at that. Isn't the bird just gorgeous? So you've got a lovely mix here of blue and teal. I like that kind of mandala feel that you've got on there. It's a glorious mix, isn't it? Oh, look at those. Oh, they're rather lovely too. There we go. So this kit will make 3 of those little bags. There we go, 35, 45. So you've got your book in there, and your wadding, and your Tilda fat quarter pack, and your thread, all in there. And then, oh, the blue is limited now, is it? Gosh, quick, quick, quick. You've got to be really quick. So that blue and teal, very, very popular. Now, then this is the purple one here. So this is the other bundle that we've got for you. And this is the one that we've made the samples out of. So this is called Lilac Purple. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, upside down. So here we go. $19.95 if you want it by itself as well. So we've got it in kit form and we've got it individually. Okay. Then the green one that I just showed you back here, if you want that by itself as well, then again, $19.95. So you can either buy it as a kit with the books and the thread and the wadding, or if you want it by itself, then $19.95 gets you just the fabric. And then if you want the blue and teal one, and again, you don't get the thread if you're just buying the fabric, then if you just want that fabric fat quarter there we go. And then the pink and the ginger we've also got as an option is here. In fact, Amy, can you just, don't worry about folding them up, just hand them over and I'll unfold them. Oh, she's got some of them. Here we go. This is your pink and ginger, which we don't have in any other kit form, just as your fat quarters. There we go. Beautiful. But today it's all about the bags. And here, I'm going to take one across with me. Oh, no, I'm going to take all 3 with me. I can make all of these. Ha ha! Kind of feel like Santa. Coming across. Jennifer, you clever thing. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Really good.
Now, all 3 of these you made from one kit.
With some left over.
With some left over. Oh, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of wadding left over as well?
Yes.
Because we're giving you a metre square of wadding in there as well. Aren't they pretty though? For me, I'm thinking gifting.
Yes, definitely.
Some beautiful smellies in there.
Yeah,
nice.
That's definitely what I'll be doing.
Now, the handles of these are stuffed, aren't they?
They are, yeah. It's interesting, it gives it a bit of structure. I mean, you could do completely flat ones if you chose to, but I followed the instructions.
Now, we originally said this morning when we got in, we were like, hang on, this isn't just the instructions that you're getting the entire book, which I've left over there. But you get the entire book, which has got loads of different projects for fun with fat, well, it's called Fun with Fat Quarters. So maybe you want to make these beautiful bags, maybe you want to make something else. But the fun is there, and you've got the fat quarters to do so. Lovely.
Yeah.
So where do we start?
Well, I stayed true to the pattern, but it's a simple rectangular bag with a boxed bottom. So that's why I wanted to, with these samples, get creative with it and see what else we could do. So each one is made differently.
Excellent. Hang on, let me just
And when I make more than one of something, I like to make a paper pattern. And then I just find that it's easier to pin that on. And also, it gave me an idea of the scale that it's been designed to. And I could have a think. I laid out the fabrics as well and had a look at the different orders that they might work in and what I liked. You know, what happens is that relationship, isn't it, when one print is next to another and then you move it around and see what it looks like next to another. And
the prints
so it's a lot of fun.
are particularly gorgeous.
Yes.
They really are. And I'm just having a flick through to try and find the instructions in here. There's all sorts in here. There are makeup, but here we go. That's your reversible bag. That's how it is in the book. And again, you know, she says gifting, anything like that.
Definitely.
That was the idea behind it. But if I have a little flick through the book, you'll see lots of other fabulous ideas for use with your fat quarters. So even if it's your little scraps that you're leaving, you see, I think Tilda fabric, yes, for your quilted cosmetic bag. So you're going to have all of this. So, you know, maybe we made 3 of the same bag, but there's nothing to stop you from maybe making a doorstop. I've got Tilda doorstops at home, I'm not going to lie. Love them. So lots of inspiration in there. So you get the book and the wadding and the fabric and the thread. Excellent.
Should we have a look at the different techniques that I used
Yeah,
to
let's, because you started off with the original pattern, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then you had a little tweak
So
here and there.
that one is the original pattern, and then on the other side, it's quilted. So there's a line of stitching there.
I wonder if I hold that forward, if you can see it. There you go, there's your quilting in there.
So that's a sort of very simple adaptation from the instructions that they give.
But it's so pretty because they're reversible as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that makes
inside.
it. And then the handles are a different print again. So I've used 3 of the different prints in that one.
Gorgeous.
And then in this one, I used all 5. And I just looked at my rectangular pattern piece and made 5 strips. And they get gradually wider as they go along the bag. So
is this where you played with the colour to see what merged into what?
Yeah, and it's just, and the back is just the simple rectangle, and the inside is just the simple
take the
rectangle.
stuffing out?
Yeah.
There we go.
So that was just a simple measuring, or you could just do it sort of by eye. They don't have to be accurately measured, but they get progressively wider with that style.
I do like that one. And I love how that one is then that fabric that just seamlessly... Yeah, it's starting with the pinks, isn't it? And taking those pink patterns. So you start with that pink, blending it through, and then that one kind of... And that one then merges up into the handle.
Yeah.
Really lovely. Okay.
And then this one, I thought, let's have some pin tucks.
As you do. I wake up of a morning thinking, I know, let's have a pin tuck. And how much extra would you need to allow for a pin tuck?
Well, it depends how big you want them to be. So it's a simple calculation. I thought I'll do, did I do 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did. And I thought size-wise, I'll make them each a centimetre. So if you imagine pinching out the fabric, so it's 5 millimetres that way from the stitch line to the fold and another 5 that way. So it's a centimetre. So all I did was think, well, that would be another 10 centimetres.
Oh, okay.
So to the width, I just added 10 centimetres. And I didn't need to mark it either because I knew the print was on grain. I just folded. So if it was on this one, just simply folded along the print like that. So if I folded there, I know that that's printed on grain. So if I fold on that part of the flower, I'll fold on that part of the flower further up, and I just folded. So it was really, really lovely and simple. And then just sewed 5 millimeters, half a centimeter from that folded edge 10 times, and I didn't really space them
just however
exactly
you wanted.
either. So it was very creative and a lot of fun. And then that just ended up being, the pin tucks brought it down to the pattern size.
Now, producer Paul is saying, you know, maybe if you bought some of our plain fabrics so that you didn't have it with the pretty fabrics to make it reversible, then you could really go to town and make loads.
Definitely.
You'd have sort of 6 or 7 bags. That's if you want to just stick with the bags, but the book gives you lots of other inspiration as other things to make. Now, with the purple lilac, over half of that stock has already gone. The details on your screen are for the green at the moment, 35.45. I'm loving the green.
Yes.
I'm
It's
not
gorgeous.
normally a green fan, but there's something about the shade of the Tilda green. And at home, I'm part way through a massive Tilda quilt. And I'm using, and this is how I can tell you that I know that the different collections intersperse and intermingle, but it's got these greens all the way through it. I started off with Pardon My Garden, which is the ones that I had were predominantly green, and then mixed out with different colours. And it's just, this needs to be added in. It's just,
I love where my
glorious.
mind goes when I'm working with beautiful fabric like this. I sort of felt almost like I was walking through a really beautiful cottage garden.
Yes.
Because colour affects our brain,
Of course
definitely.
it does.
It's been proven.
Of course it
but
does.
I just loved the way it felt to kind of work with the combination and birds and flowers. It felt like kind of being transported to another place whilst working with them.
Heavenly,
So nice.
absolutely heavenly. Diana from Greater London says, I love Jennifer's creativity. My favourite are the pin tucks, as you don't usually see that detail on a bag. But Diana, it's lovely, isn't it? You know, 3 different bags, all basic ideas from the book, and then just a little twist makes them all different.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right,
That's
Diana.
nice to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a shirt front technique, I suppose. But
yes,
it's fun to
if
play
you're
around with
making
these things.
incredible shirts.
Yeah. So in its simplest form, it's just 2 rectangles. And because it's reversible, we need to leave a space in one.
Okay.
So, and that's very neatly slip stitched, so you're not really aware of it. That's like, I usually say it's like the width of the widest part of my hand that I leave a space
so you
for,
can get your hand in.
for bagging out, yeah. But if we, if I put the wadding behind this one and just, I'm not going to use a walking foot because I find on pieces this size, I don't particularly need it with this machine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good machine.
On
that
something
one.
larger, I would. And I think it'd be fun to do some wavy lines.
Why not?
Again, I think I love measuring and pattern cutting, but I also like being playful with projects like this. So if I just increase that stitch length to 3, and then I've chosen a blue. It's very like the blue that features in the birds.
Yes, but this blue again is in this deeper blue that's in the birds. If I spin that around so you can see the deeper blue that's in the birds, this blue again is in so many of her other fabrics.
It's so lovely with green, isn't it?
So clever. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit gutted when this launched without me. I was in the middle of moving house and doing my yoga training, and I was like, no. Tilly Rose came in. Of course, she's a big Tilda fan too. I was like, I can't believe it. Firstly that I've missed Tilly, firstly that I've missed Tilda, secondly I've missed Tilda. Just beautiful. So you're just freestyling this, just go for it.
Yeah, I'm just...
That's my kind of sewing.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's securing the lovely printed cotton to the wadding at the back. And I could just do a few rows. A bit like ripples in sand, you know, that sort of shape that feels really nice under bare feet. When
Yeah,
it's
they do
ridged.
feel, don't they? They feel lovely.
Yeah.
My mum and I always say there's no better pedicure than a walk along a sandy beach.
That's so true.
Bit
So
chilly
true.
though this time of year. Oh, stop! What's already? The blue kit, has that gone already? Half the stock. Oh, phew! I thought you were saying all the kit had gone. No, half the stock has gone for the blue kit. Okay. More than half the stock of the lilac. Is this the kit? More than half the stock of the kit for the green as well is in the basket. So please check out your baskets for that. And we're only 15 minutes into an hour show.
Gosh.
Wow.
So that's
a lot of love for the tilde.
Simple as that.
So just by doing that, there you go, that gives you that quilted effect. The more I do these shows, the more ideas I pick up, and the more I realise there's no right or wrong.
No.
Just do what you think looks beautiful.
It's about enjoying it, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Really?
You see, I don't even know if there needs to be a right way up with this fabric. I quite like it like that.
So
there's that beautiful mandala type.
Yeah.
Are you just quilting one side?
I'm with this is going to be joined to this.
Right.
But I'm not going to do the same lines. I'm just securing it to it so that I can actually get a bag actually put together and show the boxing of the corners.
Ah.
Now, that was the other variation that I made.
Oh,
I followed their
heights.
instructions for the one further over there. And so you see, by boxing a little bit more, you end up with more depth. But it's the same original pattern and rectangle. I haven't strayed from that at all. I've just boxed this one less. So that's a 3 centimetre and that's 5. So that's just another variation that you can make to it.
They look so lovely. So one is slightly taller, but narrower. It's like the Laurel and Hardy of bags, isn't it? One is shorter and squatter. Just Paul says that looks like an owl face on there.
Where?
On there.
Oh, it does.
But then you've got the birds on the inside. Oh, that's fitting. Then you've got the birds there. Beautiful. Oh, and of course these are all reversible. So if you're going for the... there you go. Look at that. Done in seconds.
So I find that there's an inevitable sort of distortion, if that sounds a bit extreme, but the wadding moves. So all I do is trim. I'm just going to trim that off because I know that my cotton was cut to the right size.
They've had a health and safety email. Do take your things out your bag before you reverse it. We need to say it, apparently.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to sew them right sides together.
Now this is a lining or an outer because
either.
it's reversible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But ultimately, you end up with the wadding in between the two. I mean, I suppose you could add another layer, and then it would be even more padded. But that's going to sit within.
That will be okay.
The outer and the inner, which are both, aren't they? One becomes the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to sew. I'll take it back to regular sort of 2.4. I'll sew down the side. Now I won't leave the gap in this one. I'm going to leave the gap in the one that hasn't got the wadding on the back. Wadding.
Okay.
And I'm just going to sew down the side, across the bottom and up the other side. And then I'll box the bottom.
Box the bottom?
Box the bottom.
Things that you wouldn't say in a normal workplace. I'm just going to box that bottom. Are you? Are you really now? Okay. There are all sorts of wonderful terms, aren't there, in this craft?
There are. So sometimes I find that the wadding can sort of... It's not like sewing, say, a top like this, where you can really clearly see your cut edges. So I just sometimes move it slightly out of the way and make sure that my cotton layer is matched up together. Because it's fluffy, so it's different from just putting 2 pieces of cotton together. And then pivot. And back up the other side.
Now, half of you are sitting with this, half of the stock is sat in baskets of the green. So you are playing a risky game. Please check out your baskets. You can check out as many times as you like. That's absolutely fine to do so. But just don't miss out. It's only yours when you check out. having it in your basket does not secure it. Just so that you know.
Let's trim those ends off. So,
You're a trim as you go kind of a girl, aren't you?
I am, yes. And then sometimes, like when I made this, I like to sit down and I sewed in all of the ends of the darts all in one go. I went over every single dart and sewed it in. But yeah.
Methodical.
Yeah, and then a check over. So what I'm doing is I'm going to fold side seam so that it lies centrally over the bottom seam. And I can put a pin through. And if the pin goes through the centre of this one and comes out through the centre of that one, it might need a little bit of tweaking if you do that.
But you can, can't you? You can adjust it and you can tweak it.
Definitely. So that's just going to go through the middle there and the middle there. And then, so the instructions suggested 5 centimetres from this point here.
Okay.
And that's what created the one that's got the largest boxed bottom.
This one. That will give you that boxed bottom there.
And then I went for slightly less with the others. So,
or there. That one too.
If I go for, and this is great for a bag of this scale.
That's a nasty little piece of kit,
ideal. It really proportionately suits it. So if I line, I don't know whether that's visible. If I line up, that's the point that we were measuring from.
Mm-hmm.
If I just pop that over the top and go for, and press it down like that, and we want to line that actually centrally over the seam line, then I can just draw a nice guideline over the top.
Yay!
There.
New Tilda doesn't get any better than New Tilda. I'm going to leave you to box those corners because I know you've got another one to do, and I want to show you this. Oh, yes, because yes, you can get it in the bundle, but we've also got the fat quarters. If you just want the fat quarters by themselves, this is what they look like in a bundle. Well, you get whichever one you choose. So this is the lilac one first. This is the most popular. It's $19.95. The bundles are going to sell out this hour, no doubt about that, because you get the book and the thread and the wadding and everything else in it. But if you're just after the fabric, here it is. Let me show you what you're getting in there. So you're getting this. Have we never seen this one on air? Did this not launch with Tilly? Oh, I haven't seen this before. No, this is new to me. I'm thrilled. And I'm really nice to come back, actually, off a... That's beautiful, isn't it? Just beautiful. The lilac one is brand new. Oh, that's why it's going so crazy for the lilac, because we've not seen it. Ah, look at this. And you see this? This is a pattern that, that we see quite a lot with Tilda, but lovely to have it in the lilac colourway. Just beautiful. I'm going to show you this in the ginger in just a moment, because there you go, that's that other lilac one. So you get all 5 of those for $19.95. Happy days. Love that. Brand new today. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, one that we haven't seen, that we haven't had in any of the other bundles, so I'm going to move those across to there, is the ginger. Now, not normally a colour that I would go for, but look at this. It's kind of like a soft tangerine colour. I know it's called ginger, but, oh, someone's had a bit of that. Someone's had half of that. That's been used on a show. Let me see which ones haven't been eaten. These aren't the fat quarters. These are fat eighths, or long. What do you call it? But this gives you an idea of the patterns. You will get a fat quarter. Let me show you what a fat quarter looks like, because that's been brought out just to show you the different patterns. There you go. But a fat quarter, you are getting that much. They're fat eighths that have been brought out. That is a fat quarter, and that's what you're getting in the bundle. So that's your Tilda Harvest fat quarter bundle. There you go. Now, oh, I've lost producer Paul. Where have you gone? Oh, no, lost him. There we go. Right, okay. That was your ginger. So that's how that one will come. Now let me show you the green. Here's your green here. So the green, very pretty. And then let me show you the, oh, look at this. It's just glorious. There we go. That is that beautiful, beautiful bird fabric there. I haven't seen a tote of fabric with birds on like that at all. It's just really, really, really gorgeous. But you see, you can have a good play, can't you, with everything else? Mix and match it through. Beautiful. $19.95 for that. Now, hang on, let me have a look. Have I got producer Paul? I've lost him, completely lost him. Hang on, bear with me a minute. I've got no producer or anything. I'm going rogue. Right, let me show you the rest of these greens. We'll sort that out in a minute. Here we go. Amy, you might just have to tell me what he wants me to do next. There we go. That's your greens. All looking very beautiful. And this is the colour that we're working with at the moment. There we go. Through there. And look at this. This is one that I haven't seen as well. There we go. This is the one we're working with. Let's see what Jennifer's up to over here. Yay!
So
how are we doing?
I measured and marked and then sewed both of those boxed corners.
Brilliant.
And then we can just trim off that little point because we don't need that anymore. Like that.
So we take the bulk out.
Yeah.
Ah, so already it starts to look like a
Yes,
bag.
it's that simple. Yeah, which was why I wanted to sort of add lots of other options because it's, if you make it in its simplest form, it's really, really easy to make.
Well, that's just it. At this point, you see, you might just want that.
Yeah.
And you might want to then just add in like a plain,
Yep.
and do it that way. It's entirely up to you. So you go for whatever suits you.
That's right. Now the handles, the measurements are given in the instructions, and that's just a case of sewing right sides together. And then I really love this tool. I've used one of these for years. So you pop it inside.
Oh, hang on, we'll get a look at that. I'm just having a few little technical issues at the moment.
Sure.
So you have a little rule.
So that goes inside, and then it's got a little hook on the end, and that just hooks around, grabs the cotton, and then you I usually pull it so that it's come out of the end, and then I use my hand for the rest of it. So that's one handle, turned right sides out. And then I'll do the same for the other. And then we'll close one end. And they're stuffed with the stuffing to give them that lovely sausage-shaped handle.
And that's why we've put in the bundles. That's why we've added in all of the stuffing for you, the wadding. So you can stuff the handles and you can stuff that. I've got no producer. Just they're sorting it, but just so that you know. Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
So those have been turned right sides out with that marvellous, useful tool. And an idea I had while I was having a break
love this.
was layering them up with a sort of, again, I was thinking about walking through a cottage garden and sort of waving of grasses and things like that. So I'll just finish to the end here and describe what I'm doing as I go, and then take it out and we can have a look. So I've gone for a zigzag. I've layered them up with curved cut lines. And I've picked out a blue very similar to the blue that's in the birds. And so I'm just doing a satin stitch over the raw edge. And I thought it would be another fun way of bringing the different prints together without sort of lots of accurate measuring and cutting. You can just layer them up. And I've layered it so it's going to be slightly bigger than the actual rectangular pattern piece. and then I can just press it and trim it down to size.
Nice.
Not being really wasteful or anything with the fabric. It's only slightly bigger. It's not a lot bigger. I'm not being wasteful with Tilda and going to have lots to cut off.
But actually, this could be, if you've bought the bundle with the book, then you could actually go through and you could then, this is a great way to sew scraps together.
Yeah.
To then make it go even further, isn't it?
It is. Yes.
Fab.
Now, it might look like it's stretched a little bit because satin stitch tends to do that. But once that's pressed, it's just a way of sort of, it's a bit like collage.
Lovely. Yeah, no, it is, isn't it?
And you could use a different colour for that one.
Oh, fab.
But if I just do the same colour again, then I can add that to, I've got to cut another piece that goes with that, and then box the bottoms and attach the two together.
And is that all that needs to happen? Then that's the bag made?
And then there's just one, they're top stitched around the top edge, and the little gap that you've bagged it out through, which is about the width of the widest part of your hand, is just then slip stitched closed, and you shouldn't be able to find it. If it's
I
really
see
little,
this now as
really little slip stitches. You don't actually.
It's not there, so
you don't
can't
notice it.
You can't see it there. Oh, look at that, beautifully pattern matched as well.
Is it? That's probably a fluke.
No, that's working. And then, so the slip stitching. Oh yeah, no, you can't tell. So this is the pack that we're working with today. This is your Tilda green kit. Makes 3 bags. You get the book as well, which is great because then it's a kit that never runs out.
That's right.
That's excellent. So that's 35.45. And off we go. So at the moment, we're just going to satin stitch along there.
Yes, just another creative way of working with that same basic rectangular pattern. Just adding a bit of extra something. So I'll just get to the end and then put my pattern piece over the top, trim it down, and then I should have another. Yes, that's the one I intended to go onto the back of it.
So when you make multiples, you make the pattern as well?
I do. I just find it works a lot better. I have it as a reference to just place onto the fabric. And to keep and file as well. If you know you've made something and you're really happy with it, you can just go straight back to the pattern.
So just bear with me,
I'm just
I'm having a few little technical glitches.
Oh dear. Okay.
Which is always fun. But you keep doing what
I
you're
will.
doing.
I'm just cutting a tiny bit off to make it the correct size. And then I'll put the two together, work through the same process I did with the one layer. It's not necessarily outer or inner, one layer.
Well, because it's reversible, that's the job.
Yeah, so back to a straight stitch. I'm going to go off and on again, because that's the easiest way of returning to a straight stitch. So all the way down the side seam, across the bottom, up the other side. Pivoting at the corner. I'm going to leave a gap in this one, so I'm going to reverse, needle up, and move along, and it's going to be roughly the width of my hand, so over there, and then reverse to the bottom corner and pivot up to the top.
And now I've got my producer back again.
Hello.
Yay! Good old live TV, isn't it? An absolute joy. Sorry about that. I lost my producer there for quite some time.
Is he back?
Well, It didn't work. My earpiece stopped working. It lost the love. That's one I'm allergic to now. So if I start itching my ear, it's because I'm allergic to that one. Ugh. Right, come on then, Paul. What do I need to know? What were you trying to tell me? Oh, your baskets. You've got to check out your baskets. The blue kit's gone. Okay, so the blue's gone. Well done. How are we on the blue fat quarters individually then? We're okay at the moment. So if you're after the blue, okay, lilac most popular. Not surprised because that's the first time that you've seen that today. So there is just a matter of repeating the process.
It is. Yeah, that's why I like the idea of thinking of it as almost like a canvas that's that size, and you can just embellish it or pin tuck it or quilt into it, machine embroider, hand embroider, and then work from that same rectangle.
You know, we had that misty fuse on the first show. Not with you.
I may have been doing something else.
No.
On
the 8 o'clock show we had misty fuse, and it was that stuff that I showed you just as we went to wear.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm wondering if that is fine enough that you could actually applique one of the birds.
That would be
onto one of the other prints.
I'd like to give that a go, and then we'd find out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to practice. At another point in time.
I think that you've surpassed yourself. These are beautiful.
So
and again, measuring here is
so I'm
key,
using this lovely little set square, which is so right for this job, and looking at the point at the end there. That's where we're measuring from. And just placing it across with that line down the seam. And then I can just do that for my sewing line.
And then you'll trim these down, but matching those seams is how to get that really neat finish on the bottom. So then what it means is that when you have these together, I'll just show you here, that seam there, because you've matched the seam, is then going to go seamlessly into that seam there. And that's how that'll work. Nice. The lilac kits, if everybody checks out, will have gone. Good for you. Oh, now the printer. Was it this one? Was it this one that you used? It was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because normally, you see, I'm all about the prim turner.
Ah, that's new to me. I've used one of these for years, so this is fab. I liked your instructions earlier with that.
Well, the prim turners, because this is something that. What I would say is that if you've bought your prim turner before, and these are the prim turners, sew across one end so that you can turn them. But you used that little metal one.
I did.
But we've got the prim turners on the show today. Those ones are on the website. These ones are on the show. So this is $7.95 for the prim turning set. And you literally, you'd sew across. In fact, can we quickly sew across one end?
Yes, I've just sewn across.
Oh, so sew one across. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
As luck would have it, so I can just show you how to. This is good actually because I've never used the medium-sized one. Now, if you think that you've got a fabric that might be delicate, go for the flat end. But there you go. That is that handle turned. How quick is that?
They're good, aren't they?
It's really good. So again, you just have to make sure that you've got one end that is sewn because you're going to be pushing. Now, if you want to, then you can go in with the pointy end. And if you do go in with the pointy thing, then what you've got instantly is that you can push out your corners.
Excellent. I'm impressed.
That's why I love them. $7.95. And because you said, yeah, but it won't do rouleaus.
It will.
Yes, it will, because you've got a tiddly, tiddly tiny one too. Hurrah!
Very good.
I wouldn't have ever thought, Jennifer, there was anything that I could have brought you that you hadn't seen.
Well,
I'm really happy about that.
I'm very taken with it. And there's another use.
and
yes, there's something else.
Oh yeah, no, there is,
isn't
there? Do you want me to get the big fat one
Because
out?
I use the flat end of a crochet hook, which will be very like that. So this is quite a fiddly job. So I closed one end, and I started.
So you're closing one end anyway? Yeah,
and I found, you know, sometimes when you do something and you think, there must be a better way. I'm going to find a way and get into my flow in a bit.
Yes.
But I was sort of pushing it in and it was popping back out. So that makes a really big difference. So I kind of bundle a bit up and then I found I got into my stride after a few minutes. It's one of those. If you start it off, you've got to get that open first, like that.
You see, this is, people laugh at me, but the reason that I first got the Prim Turner was to do the Tilda monkey legs and monkey tails. But this was exactly the same problem that I had, was trying to stuff something fine.
Very similar scale as well.
Yeah.
So I
Isn't it funny that it's a Tilda print today?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, get the Prim out.
I just then worked my way, and it took quite a lot to compact it down. It's surprising, isn't it, with filling?
Yeah.
So I would do that right until, I won't fill it all, but push that all the way down, but bearing in mind that you need to be able to seam that end of the handle and that end, the other end of the handle.
Okay.
So don't fill it right to the end. A basting line like I've done there across the other end when it's all full means that you can sew it in. So we're going to sew it, if you imagine that is now filled, because that will take a while.
This is so pretty. Have we all seen and appreciated just how pretty that is at the front there? I think sometimes people overlook green, but I think that is just gorgeous. And I love the satin stitch on there, just bringing it all together. And just the fact that it flows. Producer Paul calls it wonkiness, I call it flow.
I like curved lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, like I said, it didn't require lots of measuring. I just really sort of
flowed.
Nice,
You got into your flow.
I did.
There you go. Did you want that?
No, those, oh, they're right in front of me. Oh, dear. So, yeah, with really good fabric scissors like that, you can just sort of...
Meander.
Yeah, cut a curved line. So now we've got a gap in one for bagging out.
Okay, yes.
We put these attached to one, so I'm going to attach them to this, and we've got...
And handles facing down.
Little notches that I translated from the instructions in terms of the distance from the side. So those would be full of stuffing. And I'll just sew those. Something I noticed as I did it, actually, was that I put the seam... Yeah, with that one, I put the seam on the edge. I think with that one, I put the seam, yes, halfway along. I think it's less noticeable if it's right on the edge of that fold. Because it's reversible.
I see what you mean, yeah.
That way round. It's interesting how when you make multiples of things, you find a better way. So that way round, I'd say, isn't as good as that finish where the seam line is right in the, on that fold in the centre. So
right,
either way round the bag.
So here...
If I attach this while you're doing that.
Can you see the seam is sort of midway around the bag? But if you want that to sort of disappear, then put it so that it's on the inside. So can you see the seam there is on the inside? So you're not going to see it. So all the way around there, you don't see it, and it's always on the underneath then.
And then I base my handles in place. And what I usually do with handles is that while I'm there and I'm sewing the top, I usually carry straight on and I open up that seam so it's nice and flat.
Oh, okay.
And I sew over it.
So we're reducing bulk?
Yeah, so it's also keeping it really flat, because when we sew the two together, it's very easy for seam allowances to flip to one side or the other, and then they can be quite chunky. And then I go straight across to the handles on the other side, matching my notches.
They're just... you know, sometimes there's a standout colour or a standout fabric, especially when you get a pack of 5. But for me, they're all absolutely stunning.
That's why I really enjoyed kind of unfolding them all and lying them out and standing back and just seeing how, and that interplay as well when you move them around.
I think this might be my new favourite Tilda collection. Oh, it's just glorious. Really glorious.
And then I'm going from that, basting that handle down, and then I'm going to open up that seam allowance as well. So it's nice and flat, and then I'm just going to sew over it. I think also having wadding in them can make it feel a bit more bulky. So those would be, they don't actually have to be stuffed. I think you could do some flat handles and top stitch them as
Yes.
well, and that would
Yeah,
be
you could.
also really cute, wouldn't it?
It's just a different look, a
yeah.
different feel.
Yes, it is. So now I'm going to turn one right side's inside, place one inside the other.
Now, this is where I always have to stop and think, but rule of thumb for me, if they're right sides together, you're going to be able to turn them in and stuff them around and
Yes.
do everything that you need to do.
Yes. Yeah, and I would think about, at that stage, actually, if I'm sewing with the wadding side up, it's not as clear to me where the raw edge is, so I'm going to do that. Turn it the other way round and sew like that. So I've got the cotton side facing me
Yeah.
and not the sort of the fluffy side, which I don't find as clear to see where I'm sewing.
Okay.
So I'm going to match. Have we got time for me to sew around that top
Yes.
edge?
Yes. Yes.
So if
we
I sew
have.
all the way around the top edge, and then I can
Whilst you do that,
bag it out.
I'm going to show you a couple of things that have come to my notice, to my attention. Now, this here, this is your lilac rickrack, and we've only got 7 of these, but we just wanted to bring them to wear because look how beautifully they would go. If you wanted to embellish, then just look how beautifully they would go. Now, you do get 25 metres. You could do a few bags. You could actually make the bags out of the rickrack for that, couldn't you? Actually, you could. You could, couldn't you? Actually, we jest, but actually you could.
Rows and rows and rows,
Rows and rows of
top-stitched
rickrack. Yeah, you could. But you do, and I think that's great because then if you wanted to use your Tilda Fat Quarter, if you're just buying the Tilda Fat Quarter bundles, think of the beautiful bunting you could make. Ooh. So that's your lilac, which we picked out. There's only a few of those. Now the white, look at the white on, I would put the white over here maybe. So if you wanted white rickrack, then again £12.95, 25 metres, the white rickrack is really, really useful. And then the blue, sky blue is, there you go, there you go. If I put that across there, then you can see how that picks out the blue from there. And these are just the ones I've got to hand. It would also work, the blue would actually work with the green as well, wouldn't it? There you go. I've got the pink, but I don't know that the pink is quite the right shade for it. So I'm gonna say I'm not gonna give you that one today. I don't think it's right. I'm not doing it. Please check out your baskets. Says Bridget's Ball. Please check out your baskets. Hey.
So sewn all the way around the top edge with the cotton side facing me like that, and seam allowances open and flat, which makes a really big difference to that.
Yes.
Especially if we're going to top stitch as one of the last processes.
I do like to top stitch on a bag, I have to say.
I think it really finishes the top. So then I'm going to bag out the bag.
This is a wet weather afternoon project, isn't it? And I like to do something really pretty on a wet weather day, because then I don't feel so bad about it raining.
It just transports you to another place working with colour.
What's your favourite colour?
I think turquoise. All the shades of turquoise.
And actually, you are there with the majority of the population. Did you know?
I like it with
there was a study done. Ooh.
Because it makes me think of the coast, cliffs and sea.
Yeah.
So let's turn it out to the most interesting side.
Yes. Fab. So then you just slip stitch that bottom.
Yes, which is just a case of, I would press or finger press. I used a centimetre seam allowance.
Okay,
because
so
I'm
that's
in
quite
the
generous.
habit of making bags with a centimetre seam allowance. I think the instructions suggest smaller. I think it might even be 1/4 of an inch.
But again, that's up to you, isn't it?
Yeah. So then I would make sure all those loose ends are away and just slip stitch that bottom edge, top stitch the top edge. It just needs those corners pushing out a bit.
Look at that.
Yeah, I think flat interfaced handles might be quite nice too.
Yeah, absolutely. That is really lovely. I'm thinking, you know, for when Easter comes around, something like that with a nice Easter egg, or even chocolates, handmade chocolates, anything like that.
Yes.
Or toiletries, just a really pretty little gift.
Definitely.
Ever so lovely. Look at that. And the green. Now, hang on, I was just going to see whether or not the sky blue would work, because you do have some blue in there, don't you?
The selvage is very useful for that, isn't it? For
Yeah.
referencing the colours that are in there.
I'm going to say no to that. What
For
about
colour
my
matching.
lilac? Would my lilac work with the green? Is there any lilac through there? But you see, you could have done, couldn't you? Instead, if you didn't want to satin stitch, you could have rick-racked. Lots of options. Lots of options. But Jennifer, just so many beautiful things made today. Thank you so much.
a real pleasure.
When are you next back with us?
Beginning of October. So
And
a
do you
few
know
weeks
what
away.
you're doing?
Not yet.
Oh, is that a meeting with Wendy after the show
Yeah,
to
I
find
think
out?
so. It's exciting.
Lovely. Well, just absolutely beautiful. Well done to everyone that managed to get all the items on the shows today. Let's see what we've got left, and we'll see you for a cup of tea afterwards.
Great.
Ha! Now, the green kit. So the blue kit has sold out. That's gone. Well done if you managed to get hold of that. The green kit, remember, you are getting your wadding, you're getting your 5 tilde fat quarters, you're getting the entire book as well. Now, there aren't very many left of this at all. Now, the book itself is over £10. So pop that in your basket, check it out. There's your thread as well that you're getting. So you've got that lovely green. You get those 5 fat quarters, which will come beautifully wrapped to you like that. Fab. And then the lilac by itself. This is the most popular by itself. Brand new today. Very excited to be able to bring this to you this morning. Look at all of those. Let's look at these. Right. Have I got time to spread these out a bit? Yeah, why not? There it is. So I think this has been the standout fabric for everybody that's seen this collection. It's the colourways. It's those teals and pinks and purples. But then, yeah, look at this. Really beautiful. And again, as you know, when I tried to pop the rip rack against it, and Jennifer says, look at the selvage. So on all of your tilde selvage, what you'll see is this along here. This gives you the idea of these are all the colours within that fabric. So you know that you can match them. So if you are looking for a plain or anything to go with it, they are the colours there. And that's your cabbage flower purple there. Very, very low on the ginger, by the way, as well. So I'll bring you those in just a minute. I'm just having a bit too much fun with the lilac over here. There you go. There's your lilac. And let's move that to one side. Beautiful. Zoop. Now, let's do that then with the... now, the ginger samples that I've got here, these aren't fat quarters, these are fat eighths. So you'll get double the amount, but it's just so that you get an idea of the fabrics. So if everybody checks out, 3 left. That's all we've got. You will get fat quarters. These are fat eighths, so don't worry. Here we go. Look at these. Now, this is ginger and pink, which is wonderful because, look, you get that lovely burst of pink through there as well. And then it's all tied together. For me, this is the linchpin, this one, that's just holding everything together in this collection here. Because, look, you've got that ginger and the pink going through there. And then just along there like that. So that is your ginger and pink collection. But you do have to be quick because we don't have very many of those at all. They're just gorgeous. Now, the green ones, the blue one has been taken away. I don't have any blue here. It's all gone. Amy's got that. Right, here we go. Let's have a look at the green one then. So here's your green. And your green again. But you can see, you know, putting it with the other ones, close by, you can mix and match the different colourways, and they are going to go. There you go. Look at that. So they are, whoop, there you go. They're all your greens there. Rather lovely. Now, the blue, have we got these open anywhere? The kit's sold out, but these are your blue teals. Here they are. The blue sold out really quickly, actually, but it's that blue and teal. Gorgeous. There we go. So that's all in there. Here we go. So if we're going to very quickly spread these out for you. Oh, because we're fast running out of time. Where's this morning gone? Gosh. It does go quick, doesn't it? There you go. So if you're buying the blue one, then this is what it's looking like. Look at that. Yeah. And that's what you're getting. All of those. There you go. There you go. That's your blue. Oh, surrounded by all the Tilda. Lovely. Now, tomorrow, let's see what we've got coming up tomorrow. We've got the Dashwood Altitude collection. Is that new? Or has that been on while I've been away? Don't know. We'll find out. 9 a.m, it's Hexy time. Victoria Pete's in for that. Fabulous. Haven't seen her for ages. 10 a.m. is bag making accessories, everything that you need to make those bags look professional. And then at 11 a.m, something we haven't done a lot of, and that is your bed runner. So that's what tomorrow is looking like. Home makes and Hexies. Now, the offer that we've got on the website, and this is website only for you, and this runs from today, Tuesday, up until Friday this week. And here it is. It's called Spend and Save. All your T's and C's are online, but anyone that is spending, and this is featuring everything that you haven't seen on the shows today. So everything on the website that hasn't been on TV and doesn't include electronics either. So fabric-wise, spend £5, save 5%. Spend £20, save 20%. £10, 10%, £30, save 30%. That's how that goes. So when you head to the website, is everything on the website that we haven't shown you on TV today. So everything that you have seen today, if you want anything that you've seen today, that's all on there as well. What's left of it, we've had quite a few sellouts today, but that's all underneath where you would watch live. Fabulous. Gosh, today's gone so quickly. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining us this morning. It's lovely to be back, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning with a cracking lineup all ready to go. So have a lovely rest of the day, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Join us on Wednesday the 13th of September for a colourful Hexy happy hour with guest Victoria Pete. English paper piecing dab hand Victoria lets no piece of fabric go to waste. With her steady hand and her keen eye for colour, she turns her offcuts into gorgeous EPP creations. Well, now we've armed Victoria with a stack of hexes and some of our finest fabrics, including prints from the popular Botanica range, as well as some gems from Tilda's Harvest collection. Alongside host Natasha McCarty, she'll bring you an EPP demonstration that's bound to give you the piecing bug. So tune in at 9 a.m. on Wednesday the 13th of September for an hour of Hexy fun with Victoria Pete. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.